Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. The Friday night lights are on.
Hello, sports fans.
The practice time is over.
Are you ready?
And La Vega Pirates football is on the air on KWBT-FM. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. The Friday night lights are on.
Hello, sports fans.
The practice time is over.
Are you ready?
And La Vega Pirates football is on the air on KWBT-FM, Waco, Temple, Killeen.
Let's get straight to it.
Magic 94.5 and 94.5 The Beat.
Ready, set.
Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
Good evening, and we are here for La Vega Pirate football Friday night finale of the regular season. I am Cedric Eigelhart, and I am joined here by Mr. Rocky Miller himself. What's going on tonight, Rock?
Hey, man, ain't nothing going on. Hey, I just can't get enough of that music, man.
Yeah, that's a groove.
One more time, man. One more time. Hey, it's football Friday, man. Oh, man. I just can't get enough of that, man. But anyway, man, it's great. It's great to be out here tonight. I'm filling in for Roy this week. Y'all will get, if we're able to get support to do the playoff game, we will be here. We'll be traveling with La Vega, and Roy will be back with you guys. So that's what I wanted to say. But it's another wonderful night for football, different than last week.
Absolutely.
Last week we had a very nice, still fall evening. Tonight it's not so still.
Yeah, it's super breezy out here tonight. All the flags are flying directly to my left, and but nevertheless, we're going to see a football game here tonight. This is the La Vega pregame show, brought to you by Pickens Bail Bonds. If you ever find yourself in a little bit of a jam there, you can call Mr. Pickens, and he'll come get you out and help get you back straight. So thank you, Mr. Pickens, for sponsoring our pregame show. So tonight, Rocky, we're going to see La Vega at Lorena. The Pirates are number 10 in the state. They're coming in with a 6-3 record, a perfect 4-0 district mark. They actually clinched the district title last week when they beat Conley 31-0. This is a La Vega Pirate team that is averaging 34 points a game here in district play.
Yeah, I got a chance to see them live for the first time last week, and they were pretty impressive in person. They controlled that game from start to finish, and to be frank with you, you guys, the La Vega Pirates were in control of that. Well, here it is. The Conley Cadets came into the game as a contender for the district title. But they left there knowing that they were substantially, there was a gap there in between where La Vega was and where Conley was.
Yeah.
And so they definitely dominated that game. And so hopefully, moving forward, La Vega, if you're a La Vega Pirate fan, you'll come out in this game understanding that this is also a big game, and it is worthy of paying attention to, so that you can get this is essentially a tune-up for the playoffs, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah,
this is a tune-up.
Yeah, that's correct, because you don't want La Vega looking past this game, already thinking playoffs. And it is especially a huge game for the Arena. The Leopards are 2-7 this year. They're 1-3 in district. They lost last week to China Spring 38-35 in a game that they had a lead in a couple of times. They've been struggling this year, only averaging around 17 points on offense in the district play, and while they're giving up about 32. So the way it's setting up right now, it looks like this is a mismatch on paper anyway. But of course, we have to see how it plays out on the field. This is a must-win game for the Arena. because if Lorena wins this game tonight, then they will go to 2-3, and depending on what else happens, that'll put them at least in the mix for that 4th district playoff spot. Right now in the standings, you have the Vega top district at 4-0. Robinson is 3-1. They're also going to be in the playoffs, even if they lose tonight to China Spring. And then you have Conley at Conley and Gatesfield is a big game for Conley. Conley wins, they're in. If they lose, now they're going to be running in danger of falling into the other bottom 3, and there's only 2 of the bottom 3 that's going to come out. So, it's a lot of different ways this can still play out. If Gatesfield wins and Lorena wins, I have no idea what the tiebreaker is. I know it's head-to-head record. Against each other. But they would have it'll be a deal where A has beaten B and B has beaten C. So I'm not sure.
It can get very difficult tonight. The first order of business for Lorena tonight is to win this game and hope China Spring loses. They're in under that scenario. I think it's just that simple for them.
I don't know if it's quite that simple, because if China Spring loses to Robinson, then that'll be China Spring's 4th loss. Lorena, if they beat La Vega, they'll be 2-3. And you're correct. You're correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For them, that's what they have to get there. They have to handle their business tonight.
Right, absolutely.
And historically, Lorena has always been tough at home, right? And they've always played La Vega really tough historically. So the Pirates can't come in this game overconfident or look at the record of Lorena and determine they're better. They're going to have to really be focused and come in here and play well so they can get out of this game with a victory, because, the playoffs, is next week, and there's no warming up for the playoffs. There are no warm-ups. There's no time to waste. You have to come in the playoffs ready to play, ready to compete at a high level. And this game gives, in my opinion, La Vega an opportunity to kind of fine-tune their offense and their defense against a team that I believe is going to play them really tough.
Yeah, and I agree. They're definitely going to get Lorena's best shot tonight. I had a chance to sit down and talk with Coach Don Hyde, La Vega head coach Don Hyde, and let's play a little bit of that interview for you.
Coach Hyde, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. So this La Vega team, with the big win last Friday over Conley, have officially clinched district. Talk a little bit about what it feels like to be able to check that off your to-do list.
I mean, that wasn't really a priority. We kind of assumed we would make that happen, and so we're not really worried about that or concerned about that. We're worried about getting better each and every day and hopefully moving forward to the playoffs, playing some of our best football.
And you definitely chose the right week to put it all together in all phases of the game. That was a total domination over a really good Conley team, but we know it is a kind of a blood rivalry. Just talk about your impressions of the way the kids played last Friday.
Well, the kids played extremely hard. They did a lot of things right, and we still had some busts that we got to work out and get rid of. Turn the ball over in the red zone offensively, which is no good. You can't do that against great teams and win in the playoffs. And so there's some things we definitely have to clean up, but I thought the effort was there, and the outcome was what we asked for early in the week, and we got it.
Okay, now the Friday's game is coming up against Lorena. It's the last regular season game on the schedule. Now, Lorena is kind of on the opposite side of the end of the stick where you are. They're at the bottom of the district. And if they win this game, with some other things kind of falling their way, they may have an outside shot at getting in. So this is going to be a big game for them, whereas for you guys, not so much. How do you keep the guys motivated to play against the Leopards?
Well, once again, I think you preach each and every day, forget about the opponent, forget about the opponent's record, forget about the opponent's standing, and worry about us. And, that's what we preach every single day to our kids, and that's what we're after every single day in practice, is to be better than we were the day before, and that's what we're going to search for this week. And hopefully at the end of the Friday night that we've improved a little bit better than we were the week before, and good things are on the horizon.
So what do you expect out of Lorena on Friday?
If I'm them, I'm throwing everything at us they can throw at us. They got to win. If they win, they can possibly get in, like you mentioned a while ago. So, I would anticipate onside kicks. I would anticipate, fake punts. I'd anticipate all kinds of stuff that normally they wouldn't do in a regular game. And so we'll have our kids ready for all that and let the chips fall where they fall.
All right, you're going to have to give me my favorite song once again. The keys to victory this week is?
Block, tackle, and take care of the football. We do those three things, we're going to be successful.
I love that. All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck to you Friday night.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that was the interview with La Vega head coach Don Hyde. I love that guy so much. He's so straightforward, and he's the same guy every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's pretty matter of fact, and at the same time, very confident. He has a clear vision of what his team should look like, what they should play like, and that's good. That's good consistency and understanding what the team has to do to win. I think those are formulas for being a good coach, and obviously having a good team.
So you heard him say that he expects Lorena to throw everything at them, onside kicks and fake punch and things like that.
As he should.
Yeah, they're going to definitely have to pull out all the stops because, once again, this is a must-win game for them just to have a chance to play again somewhere next week. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and you are listening to the La Vega Pirate pregame show on 94.5 FM radio.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Hey guys, it's Rocky and Keisha, and at Prosperity Tax Service, we're all about convenience. We get it. Life is busy. Your time is valuable. That's why we've streamlined the entire process to be as hassle-free as possible.
No more sifting through piles of paperwork or spending hours at an office. With Prosperity Tax Service, you can handle your taxes from the comfort of your own home.
Your financial data is in safe hands with us through our secure and user-friendly customer portal at prosperitytax.com. It's your one-stop shop for all things tax-related. Log in anytime from anywhere, whether it's from your couch or on the go.
We are experienced tax professionals, well-versed in handling a variety of tax situations. Receive genuine assistance and competitive pricing from real tax professionals who've seen it all.
We're marking 2 decades as a community-based enterprise here in Waco, Texas. So call us at 254-235-5662 or log on to www.prosperitytax.com.
The Friday night lights are on.
Hello, sports fans.
The practice time is over.
Are you ready?
And La Vega Pirates football is on the air on KWBT-FM, Waco, Temple, Killeen.
Let's get straight to it.
Magic 94.5 and 94.5 The Beat.
Ready, set.
Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
And we are back from Leopard Field here in Lorena, Texas, for the Friday night finale here to district play for La Vega Pirate football. And we just heard from La Vega head coach Don Hyde about what he expects to see from this game and kind of how he keeps his team focused on the task at hand to not look past Lorena. So we also had a chance to talk to Lorena head coach Kevin Johnson, and let's see what his thoughts are.
So we are here with Lorena head coach Kevin Johnson. Coach Johnson, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
All right, good. Thanks for taking a little time with us here for this interview. Now, we are in the last week of this district play here, last week of the season overall, and you guys have a tough one in La Vega on Friday night. But before we get to that game, Coach, talk a little bit about what the season has been like for Lorena this year.
Well, I mean, it's been honestly a growing and learning experience. I mean, we're a really, really young football team, and we've got some seniors that have not had a lot of experience prior to this year, and then we're relying on a bunch of young kids to play. So with a really, really tough schedule, so we've done some really, really good things. We've just, a little bit of our arch nemesis this year has just not been able to complement each other on offense and defense. There'll be some games play really, really well defensively and then struggle offensively, or conversely, could be doing well on offense and then struggle on the defensive side. So it's been it's been a little rough on that standpoint. But kids have done a good job and have played hard, and for the most part, been in just about every game. So
Yeah, and like you said, you're trying to put things together and figure things out. So in the midst of doing that, you guys have a 2-7 record, but with the win this Friday over La Vega and a little bit of other help, there's still an outside shot for you guys to make your second straight trip to the playoffs this year, correct?
yes. I mean, we had an opportunity last week and just couldn't finish it. We were in a position last week to get ahead and beat China Spring, and then just really kind of shot ourselves in the foot there really late in the game, which was not good. But still have an opportunity. Have a really good La Vega football team coming in Friday night, but with a win over La Vega, it puts us in an opportunity to move on into the first round if some things work out.
So, Coach Johnson, what do you know about this year's La Vega football team?
Well, I can just tell you, they're Coach Hyde and his staff do a really, really good job, and they're like they always are. They're a very experienced football team and very, very athletic, and they're a disciplined football team. And kids run to the ball well on defense, offensively. They've got weapons they can go to. So, Coach Hyde does a really, really good job, and kids play hard, and they're just a good football team, playing really well right now. They had a pretty tough schedule as well, so they were battle tested early on, which I think has really kind of prepared them down the stretch of district play. So, and they got a lot riding. They get a win, they can be an outright district champ. So it'll be a big ball game.
So, in terms of keys to victory, what are some of the things that your team is going to have to do on Friday night to give you guys the best chance to get a W here?
Well, it's like we tell them every week. We got to take care of ourselves, not beat ourselves, and we have. That's been a little bit of our nemesis this year, is find ways to kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. But we're going to have to be able to take. When we've got the ball offensively, we got to be able to drive the football and come away with some points, and then on the defensive side of it, we've got to find ways to stop the offense and not give up big plays, and they're very capable at any time getting a big play or doing that, and we can't do that. So on both sides of the ball, we're going to play really, really well.
All right, Coach Johnson, thank you for your time today. Appreciate it, and good luck to you on Friday.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
That was Lorena head coach Kevin Johnson. Rocky, what did you think about some of the comments Coach Johnson made?
I thought he was really honest about the struggles they've had all season, about how young team, how they've had a lot of errors that have led to the record that they have, and I thought that he was still looking forward to having the opportunity tonight to come out and play, but they do understand the task at hand. It's going to be a pretty tall test for them tonight, but like I say, I expect Lorena to come out here, and much like Coach Hyde said on his interview, to throw the kitchen sink at La Vega. They've played La Vega many times, with La Vega being ranked one of the top teams in the state. This is not new to them or their fan base, and they're coming in here looking to give La Vega one heck of a fight.
And I expect the exact same thing out of Lorena tonight, Rocky. In order for them to have a chance to win tonight, let's look at some of the key players on that Lorena team. And it starts with their sophomore quarterback, Jackson Blanchett. He's a 6'4", 195-pounder, long, lanky. He looks like a quarterback when you see him out there. He was 16 for 28. He had 285 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. I'm sorry, he ran for 85 yards and had 3 touchdowns, and he also threw. He ran for a touchdown, threw for 3 touchdowns. What I'm trying to say, I'm tongue tied right now. But this is a very capable young quarterback. He's not the physical specimen that we saw last week out of Jamarion Vincent at the Conley quarterback, but he's smart and he's capable, and he's very hard-nosed player. He's definitely going to have a good game if they're going to have had a chance to beat La Vega tonight. And then on defense, you got to start with their senior linebacker, Seth Taverner. He's 6'5", 235. He's their leading tackler. So far in the season, he has 51 total tackles, 28 solo, and 7 tackles for a loss. And the other linebacker there is the senior Braden Salters, and he's averaging 9 tackles a game as well. So expect those guys to be busy tonight because you know La Vega's going to want to come in here and run the football and run the clock.
Yeah. I just see a situation here where Lorena has an opportunity to come out here and do something very special tonight, playing the number 10 team in the state. And again, this is also a rivalry, whether you want to consider it one of the big rivalries, but this is a rivalry. Every game in this district is a rivalry. These are historic rivals that have played each other year after year. Every now, occasionally they break up the district and make them play all over the place. But this is the Central Texas powerhouse district in 4A football. And Lorena, La Vega are 2 of those powerhouse teams historically. And we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, Lorena, 3 years removed from a state title here in football. Made the playoffs last year, so there's a lot of recent winning going on here in Lorena, and so they're not going to come out here and just lay down and let La Vega run all over them if they can help it.
Well, like I say, look, La Vega's tough, and one thing, like you say, the guy that's going to lead that running game tonight is Bryson Rowland. Mm-hmm. And I was looking over some stats, some career stats for Bryson. Bryson comes into this season with an opportunity to rush for over 6,000 yards. He's already over 1,000 for the season, but over 6,000 yards in his career.
Yeah.
He's about 400 yards away right now. If they go deep enough in the playoffs, he can run for over 6,000 yards. And I know every opportunity for him as a senior this would be a great opportunity for him to get closer to that 6,000 yard mark.
Yeah, and I fully expect, at least in the first quarter I fully expect La Vega to give Lorena a heavy dose of Bryson Rowland early. What they've been able to do, Bryson Rowland has been able to get Lorena off to fast starts every week in district. They go into the half with a lead, and when La Vega has a double-digit lead at halftime, they're extremely hard to catch up with.
Yeah, absolutely extremely hard to catch up with. And as we see both teams run out on the field, La Vega is a good-looking bunch of football players. They look like football players. And once again, it looks like there's definitely a size advantage in the trenches when you look at both teams line up.
Yeah, I know Lorena only has they have a 300-pounder on there, but for the most part, their offensive line is averaging about 250, 260. And we know just the 3 big ones for the Pirates, Jaquavian Johnson and Ethan Thompson and Zaith Gonzalez. Those guys, they eat up a lot of space in there. So yeah, I expect to see a lot of power running here from La Vega. I also expect La Vega to maybe come out and maybe open up the playbook a little bit more, try to get some game reps for some of these plays that they can kind of have in their back pocket when the playoffs start, because you want to run with your bread and butter, but if your bread and butter's not working and would have been a playoff game, you got to have a plan B.
Well, that's a double-edged sword here. What I say, you don't want to open up your playbook too much because you got the teams you're playing on the playoffs are going to be looking at this, right? But I do agree with you. You have to show some ability to pass the ball so that teams will play you honest. So I think they will open up some passing. Tonight's a really tough night to pass, though. When you look at the flags blowing on the poles, they're straight out. There's no dip in them. So if that's the case all night long, it's going to be pretty tough to pass the ball down the field. However, your short ball control passing game comes into play on a night like this.
Yeah, and we've seen La Vega have some success with that short passing game with the quick hitches and the bubble screens and things like that, because all the receivers, they're very good with run after the catch. They make the first man miss most of the time. So, so kind of curious to see what we're going to have coming up here tonight. If the La Vega defense play anything like they did last week, it's going to be a long night for Lorena.
It could. You hope as a Lorena Leopard fan, that your team gets off to a fast start and kind of put some pressure pretty quick on La Vega and make them play with some pressure on them. If La Vega's able to start this game pretty fast and start playing carefree and loose, this could get real ugly real quick. But if you have some pressure on the favorite team, they usually sometimes can tighten up, and through that process of trying to play and play tight, you can get your hands on some balls. There may be some fumbles, some penalties, missed assignments, and you can stay in the game as an underdog. But again, this is going to be a great matchup.
Oh, and this has been the La Vega Pirate pregame show, brought to you by Pickens Bells Bonds. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff of the game.
Are you hungry for the best fried chicken in town? Check out Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken at 3401 Bellmead Drive. Whether it's their mouth-watering chicken tenders, scintillating catfish, or that fried chicken that make you want to holler, Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken has been doing it for over 4 decades at 3401 Bellmead Drive. And if it's your family you're trying to feed, Jim's Crispy Chicken has you. Whether it's the 20-piece tenders or the 10-piece mixed chicken, Jim's Crispy Chicken has the answer for your crew. Did I mention the sides? Whether it's French fries, mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, potato salad, green beans, or macaroni and cheese, Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken has the answer for you. So don't wait, don't hesitate. Get over to 3401 Bellmead Drive to Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken, one of the jewels of Waco, Texas. Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken, Waco's #1 choice for the best fried chicken in Central Texas.
9970.
Welcome to La Vega Pirate Football here on 94.5 FM. I am Cedric Iglehart, and I'm joined here in the booth by Mr. Rocky Miller, and we are in Lorena, Texas tonight at Leopard Field to watch the regular season finale between the Pirates and the Leopards of Lorena. Rock, what kind of game are you expecting to see here tonight?
I expect to see a very competitive game. I also expect La Vega to come out here and crisp and be getting ready for the playoffs, where Lorena Leopards can come out here with a chance to make the playoffs. They'll come out here motivated, playing with something on the line, and they'll give La Vega all they got.
So the Pirates are going to receive the kickoff here. Amir Gibson and Antoine Good back deep for the Pirates. The Leopards with a unique bunch kick formation here. I've never seen this, Rock.
Maybe they're going to spread out.
Yeah.
They're going to spread it. They're going to spread out. That was like an onside kick there. Oh, look at it.
The kicker runs up to the ball like he's going to onside, then he stops just short.
That's an old double clutch.
Yeah. And then they spread out into a traditional kickoff formation now.
I think Coach Hyde was right when he said they're going to break out all the stops.
And we see it here. And here's the kickoff. It's
the
high.
Kick.
It goes to the second line. It's going to be fielded, and it's going to be fumbled. Jabari Thornton got up under it, but now the ball's on the ground. They're trying to sort it out, and it's still loose. And the official goes down in the scrum. And let's see what they're going to say. Still no official call here.
The ball was on the ground a long time, and then all of a sudden, it popped out. I can't believe no one had possession of it while it was really just under a pile for a while, and then it popped out from under the pile.
Lorena is convinced that they have it, but the officials are still huddling, trying to figure out who gets possession here to start off this first half. Yeah, that was kind of odd the way the ball just kind of squirted out from under the pile there. Nobody was able to secure it.
That looked like anybody. As I watched the replay on the monitor, it doesn't look like anybody had control of the ball, and it may have went right out of bounds. So La Vega will retain possession of the ball. Again, I think Coach Hyde knew what he was talking about when he said Coach Kevin Johnson and the Lorena Leopards were to come out here going to throw the kitchen sink at him.
Yeah. We see that right out the bat here. So the Pirates are going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. because I believe you're right, Rock. I think the ball did go out of bounds, and that's why La Vega was able to retain possession here. So Courtney Parr is the Pirate quarterback, the sophomore who's had a really good year. He's gotten better and better every week. Hands off to Thornton, going to his right, and he's going to be picked up after a short gain of about maybe 3 there. Pirates come out with shotgun with the 2 running back set. They had Thornton and Rowland back there with Parr on that play. That's not a formation that you see them run too often here.
Hey, there was nothing there, right? There was nothing right there. They had that play well defended. La Vega looks like they're running tempo again, and they're getting right back to the line of scrimmage.
So they come out here with trips. They got twins to the left. Rowland is the setback with Parr. They send Jackson in motion. They have to Rowland coming to his left. Makes a man miss. Pops out of the hole. He's at the 45, the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and he steps out of bounds, and there's a flag on the play.
That play was well defended initially. However, what it looked like happened there was that the defensive player who had containment, Bryson was able to give him a move and get outside of him, and it really opened up down the field. Unfortunately, we got the laundry on the ground.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be marking this off against La Vega. I couldn't see what the signal is because the referee has his back to us because we're on the visiting side. But they are definitely marking this off against La Vega.
I'd be willing to bet it's holding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
from
it's
the mark
holding.
off, definitely look like holding. So it's going to back La Vega up, and it's going to be a second down here. The ball is on their own 31-yard line. Same set. Parr rolling out, throws to his right, has Thornton at the 50, to the 45, to the 40 before he's knocked out of bounds. No, he's still going. He's still going. It's going to be a touchdown for La Vega. Jabari Thornton.
That
68-yard touchdown running catch.
Yeah, that didn't take long, did it?
It looked like he was shot from the back. And we saw him stumble a little bit.
He lost his balance for a moment.
And I thought he stepped out, but he was able to stay in bounds and motor up the sideline all the way for the touchdown.
Absolutely, that's a pretty basic. That's a pretty basic play in the passing game. Looked like maybe a 5 or 10 yard hook. Mm-hmm. Go down, throw it to him. He catches it, turns up, and no one can catch it. Man, it was a great play by Mr. Thornton. He was able to show off his catching ability, and the attribute that made that play work was that speed.
Yes, and the balance.
Absolutely.
He did a great job.
That goes back to the situation where they say speed kills.
And so the extra point is good by Giovanni Escada. So with 10:48 to go in the first quarter, La Vega is up 7-0. We'll be right back after this brief break.
It's the family feels for me. The banana pudding peach cobbler make you want to holler for me. It's candy yams, mac and cheese, beef tips, pork tips and rice, collard greens. It's a sweet potato pie, sweetie. Fried chicken you've been missing, the lemon sweet tea dressing on Sundays when you all dressed up. Chest pie, buttermilk, and pound cake. Cornbread with butter just dripping, always fresh baked. If you need Southern style, soul food, home cooked meals that you can feel. Chicken and dumplings, chicken pot pie, 719 South 11th Street. Sassy's, come on by.
So we're back at Leopard Field here with La Vega leading Lorena 7-0. 10:48 left to play in the first quarter. The Pirates take that opening drive and they take it all the way into the end zone to get the first points of the game tonight. And now they set up to kick off. And it's going to be Giovanni Escada kicking off from his own 40-yard line. And the kick is up. Nice distance, spinning kick, fielded at the 10-yard line, up to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Finally brought down, tackle there made by James the Great, but that was a very nice return for the Leopards to get the ball out to their own 35-yard line, where they're going to take their first.
Yeah, that was a fine return. Looked like he might have had a chance to get a little more than that, but they were able to bring him down just past the 35-yard line at just inside the 36. That was pretty quick on that La Vega score, though, Cedric. I mean, that was.
It didn't take long. Yeah.
It didn't take long at all.
So the Leopards come out on offense. They have 4 receivers in the formation, 2 to each side. Blanchett by himself in the shotgun. Now going to receiver across formation. Blanchett's going to keep it. He's going to come to the right. He's at the 30, up to the 40-yard line before he was hit hard by Broderick Scott.
Well, like last game, the team starts off running the quarterback. First game of the week. Against, I don't know what it is against these La Vega Pirates that makes the quarterback running the quarterback look like it's an opportunity there, but they held him to 2 yards.
So on second down, they're going to hand the ball off. This is going to be Brady Schmidt's hammer, and he gets about maybe 3 yards on that. Had a little room on that right side, and it's going to set up a third and 1 for the Leopards.
Yeah, it looked like he picked up about 6 on that, Sid.
Yeah, he picked up more than I thought he did.
Yeah, he's definitely picked up about 6 on that. That leaves a 3rd and 1. La Vega was very good in these situations last week. And so let's see how they
got a little brief timeout here for substitutions. I'm looking at number 19 for La Vega, Warren Richardson Jr. He's just been phenomenal with defensive end on that left side, and J.C. Wiley on the other side. They just do a great job of keeping contained and funneling everything into the middle. So kind of interesting to see what the play call is here for Lorena. Do they just run right at him with on a third and short?
I don't think. I probably would do a quick handoff, to be honest with you, on them. Anything that is outside, we saw last week, they were tough to get around. Mm-hmm. So I definitely want something straight at them right here and see what happens.
So the Pirates come out. The Leopards, come out with 3 receivers. Blanchett is the quarterback. He's going to hand it off straight ahead, trying to get to the yard marker, and he's going to get the first down there.
What's the problem?
Tough little 3-yard run there for the Leopards, and they have their first.
Looked like he ran it off tackle to the left there, and made a quick move to get just enough for the first down. Needed 1, picked up 2. That's always good.
Yeah, that was a tailback. Brody DeLeon with the carry for Lorena, and he's still in the backfield now with Blanchett. And they have 4 receivers in the set. Blanchett back to pass, looking downfield, has time, has a man, it's complete. And that ball is caught at the La Vega 35-yard line where the tackle is made by Antoine Good. But that's going to be another first down for the Leopards. Good start tonight for Lorena.
Absolutely. They found somebody, unlike the quarterback last week, he had plenty of time to throw the football, and he was able to find somebody running across the middle.
Yeah, good pocket there for Lorena. They're going to hand the ball off. This is DeLeon. He's trying to find some room on the left side. Not a whole lot there. Tackle there made quickly by Cade Balch. J.C. Wiley also in the mix over there on that play. That's going to be a gain of 1 for Lorena. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gotcha.
Lorena quickly to the ball now. They're running a little tempo here on their own. They have the multiple receivers set. Twins to the right. Now the receiver on the left going to come to the right. And they're going to fake the handoff. Now they're going to set up a screen for DeLeon. He has it caught. He's to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Nice little screen. Just a halfback screen. They had everybody come to the right, and they threw it back to the left.
There was a great, call. I thought the ball had a chance to be batted down by the defensive end over there by La Vega, but however, he was able to get the ball over his head. The running back was right there, and he had some room to run once he caught the football.
Yeah, just enough air under that ball to get over the outreach hands of J.C. Wilder. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20. Blackson's going to keep it. He goes up the middle. Not a whole lot there. It's going to be pick up about 2. Where the tackle there was made by number 10, Broderick Scott for La Vega. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
We've seen both teams move the ball through the air today, man. And on the night we thought they would have trouble passing, they making it look real easy tonight.
And Lorena throwing into the wind right now with the direction that they're going. So, yeah, very, very impressive so far.
Let's see what they got at 2nd and 8.
Quarterback in the shotgun by himself. Receivers to the right and the left, and then right up the middle.
Wow.
He tried to keep it, but coming in quickly and coming in hard. That was number 19, Warren Richardson Jr. Tackle for a loss. Did he get to the line?
Warren went in there and he made contact with bad intentions.
And you know what? I watched this kid all year. That's how he makes all his tackles. He's a salty guy. He really is.
Yeah, he made several last week with bad intentions, and that, the quarterback will think twice running up the middle next time.
So on a 3rd and 11, Lorena has 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. They're going to send DeLeon in motion to the left. Here comes the blitz. Blanche's rushing, running for his life. He tries to get the ball away, but that was Roger Scott coming in again.
I'm not sure that his knee wasn't down before he threw the ball forward. They're going to give him the pass, but he was under huge duress.
But if they're going to give him the pass, there was no receiver in the area,
and he didn't make it to the line of scrimmage.
Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Now the launch is on the field.
I think Coach Hyde knew it was either a sack or intentional grounding.
Yeah, one of the other.
And I saw him talking to the head linesman, and it looks like he made his case and he won.
And they're going to get him for the intentional grounding. And I think that's the right call. That's definitely the right call. Because once again, there was no receiver anywhere in the area where he threw the ball, and the ball didn't even travel 3 yards.
What do you think Coach Johnson has on 4th and forever?
On this,
from the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I think they go for this. It's all on the line for them. You got to take advantage of every opportunity. You're on the Vega side of the field, so let's see. They come to the line here. They're going to bring a man in motion coming to the right. They're going to fake the handoff to DeLeon. They set up the screen again, but this time it was read brilliantly by Gigante Thomas. So the last screen play, they went right back to the halfback screen to the left. It picked up 20 yards last time. It picked up nothing this time.
Well, I'll say this. I usually don't criticize play calls, but in that situation, you got a chance to pin La Vega deep down in their own territory. And even if you complete that pass, he has to run 25 yards.
Yeah, he had a long way to go.
So that's what I look. There's not just many plays. I think you punt the ball and you try to pin La Vega deep in their own territory and see what happens. But that wasn't the case. La Vega has it.
Yeah, and on 1st and 10, they're going to throw to the edge. That pass is going to be caught by James the Great. Makes a man miss over there on the far sideline. Pushes the ball up, and I think it's going to have enough definitely have enough for first gain of 13 yards by James the Great, who had a great game last week against Conley.
I see a trend here with only 3 plays.
Okay.
Lorena's having a tough time getting receivers to the ground after they catch the football. Mm-hmm. We saw what Thornton did when he caught a pass and went all the way, and there's another catch by the Great, and they had a tough time getting him to the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. So now La Vega with 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. They're going to send Thornton in motion to the right. They're going to hand it to Rowland coming to the left, and he's swallowed up immediately in the backfield. Very, very nice open field tackle there made by the man we talked about in the pregame show. That's the senior linebacker, Seth Tavener. That is Lorena's leading tackle.
Yeah, Seth, I don't know if he walked in untouched, but he didn't get much resistance.
So they're going to mark it officially as a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 for La Vega. They have 2 receivers to the left, Thornton by himself over here. 2 receivers to the right, Thornton by himself on the left. And now Parr's looking back to pass, but they're going to stop the play. They're going to blow this dead. Let's see if there was any kind of early movement. They're going to get La Vega for a false start. So that's going to back them up even further. That's going to make it a 2nd and 17.
Well, they got a lot of options here. They can run the play they ran when Thornton scored on. A little short hook and hope he runs for a touchdown. That's the situation they were in the last time they scored a touchdown. So 2nd and 20. So let's see what they got, Sid.
So they come to the line here. They have twins on the right. Paul rolling to his left, looking for Thornton. Has Thornton. Thornton makes a catch near the 50-yard line, and that's going to pick up. He's going to pick up a big chunk of that 17, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, looks like the same play to this side, but this time he was tackled by the sideline.
Yeah, the throw carried him a little bit too much toward the sideline, so he didn't have any room to cut up. So on 3rd down, they're going to give it to Rowland. He's going to his right, and he's going to be swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Another tackle there made by Seth Taverner. He's a pretty good sized kid. He's 6'5", 230, and he looks bigger than everybody else.
So this is 3rd and 5 at midfield. I don't know what does the analytics say on this call right here on 4th and 5.
Punt.
But don't look like I don't see a punter.
I don't see a punter either. So they're going to go for this here. Big play here for La Vega early in this game. They come out with 2 receivers on the right, Thornton by himself on the left. Parr looking for Thornton. Here's a quick hitch. He catches the pass, makes a man miss, spins out, and he's got just the 1st down.
Hey, what do I know? Yeah, I mean, they're playing off coverage. Mm-hmm. They let him run down 5 yards, turn around, catch the ball. It looked like it looked like a 7-on-7 play, to be honest with you. And if you're getting that the entire game,
you can live off that.
Yeah, you certainly can live off of that.
So now 1st and 10, Lorena jumps offside. They're gonna call the play dead. I thought it might have been a free play there, but they're gonna call it dead. But it looked to me like that was a big lane April for Lorena making early contact.
Said it looks like Lorena's doing a pretty good job stopping the run, which is that they're forcing La Vega to go to the pass, and they're able to pass the ball here tonight.
Yeah,
even with the high winds.
Yeah. And once again, and now the Vega has the wind to their back right now, so easy for them to pass. There's going to be a little slip screen onto the grate over here on the left sideline. That's going to pick up 2 or 3 there for La Vega. And after the 5-yard mark off for the Lorena penalty, it sets up a 2nd and 4 for La Vega. Ball is being spotted at the Lorena 36-yard line. So DeGrate and Daniel to the right, Thornton to the left. Rowland in the backfield, rolls out. It's going to be a little wheel route to Rowland. He catches the ball, makes the move, gets the ball out to the 35-yard line, which is going to be a pickup of maybe 1.
Yeah, it looked like a little flare pass they ran out to the right-hand side. Wasn't much there. Looks like they have all 11 eyes on Rowland.
Yeah, you can tell there's a concerted effort to not let Rowland do anything tonight.
Well, I guess there's 22 eyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So here we are, this 3rd down play, and Park gets a snap. He fakes to Rowland. He's looking to his left. He gets Jackson in the flat. Jackson goes to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, spilled at the 10, inside the 10-yard line. And that was a nice play. He had Rowland going to the right, and he can see Jackson out the back door, and he picks up a nice little gain.
Oh, tight end throwback. Anybody knows about that? I hadn't seen that in a long time, my friend.
So it's gonna.
And he was wide open.
Yeah, it was there. It was there.
Wasn't nobody there but him and Jesus right there.
So it's 1st and goal for La Vega at the 9. They're going to give the Rowland going to his right. He has room. He's to the 5. He walks into the end zone. That is going to be touchdown La Vega.
Maybe all that passing kind of loosened him up a little bit, because he just walked in on that one. Looked like they had it blocked up good. It was a walk-in touchdown. We came out here tonight thinking La Vega was going to pound it out and put it on the ground. That's not what they're doing tonight. They have it. They brought their passing attack to Lorena, Texas.
Yeah, very, very well balanced offensive play so far for La Vega tonight. So Giovanni Esquita is in for the extra point. That kick is up and it is good. So with 3:12 left to play in the first quarter, the score is La Vega 14, Lorena 0. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back with La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are in the house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
So we are back here at Leopard Field in Lorena, Texas, where La Vega is leading the game 14-0. 3:06 left to go in the first quarter. The kickoff went to Lorena, and it was returned to the 25-yard line, and that's where they're going to take up 1st and 10 as they try to see if they can get this goose egg off the scoreboard.
Oh yeah, they're it's tough right now when you're down 14 points to the 10th ranked team in the state. It can get real ugly real quick.
Oh, and there was some confusion on the play in the backfield, so Blanchett had to roll out and threw the ball. Marquay Willis got his hands on it, but he didn't make the interception, so it's going to be an incomplete pass. That's going to be 2nd and 10 for for Lorena at their own 26-yard line is where they have the ball. Inside the 26-yard line there, actually. So we'll see what Lorena has in store for this play as they try to put together a drive here to get some points on the board before they go down by 3 scores to the Pirates.
What do you have?
So 2nd and 10, receiver coming in motion. Blanchett has the ball. He fakes it. He keeps it. He's being chased, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. That was Broderick Scott coming in from the back, and that was Marquay Willis finishing him from the front. So they made a nice little sandwich out of the quarterback Blanchett there. That's going to be a pickup of no yards. Just got back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's going to be a crucial 3rd and 10 for Lorena. Once again, they're going a little tempo here. Multiple receiver sets. They're going to have twins on both sides. They bring a man in motion. Blanchett and De Leon in the backfield. Blanchett drop back to pass, looking, has time, still has time, rolling to his left, finds De Leon, makes the catch at the 40-yard line before he is wrapped up and brought down. And that's going to be a nice tackle there made by number 3, Elbert Jones.
That was a good job, Leon, who kind of was covered initially but made some movement to get open, working for his quarterback, which made a great, they were able to pick up a first down that they desperately needed.
Desperately needed that, yeah. Very, very crucial first down there. And now the Leopards come out. They have 3 receivers to the left. De Leon back there with Blanchett. He's going to get the handoff. He's coming to his left. He breaks through the hole. He's up all the way up to midfield. I think he's going to get forward progress to midfield. Oh, no, now they're saying the ball came out. The ball came out. And that was Caden rolling with the ball, and that's going to be a turnover. La Vega has the ball. 1st and 10. Very, very critical mistake there for Lorena.
Looks like they bought the cowbells from Belmead, Texas.
So with that turnover, and that ball was recovered by Caden Rowland. So with that turnover, La Vega comes out to the field, their offense back on the field, and it's going to be 1st and 10 in Lorena territory at the Leopard 44-yard line. So we have the great out to the left, Thornton to the right. They put Roland in the formation. Now here's some pressure. Far back to pass. He makes one man miss, but there's too many leverage there. Brought down for a sack, and once again, that's Seth Taverner in there for Lorena, coming up with the sack on Parr.
Yeah, Parr was under pressure really quick, and he was holding that ball out kind of loosey-goosey. I'm glad he eventually put it away because it looked like it was a disaster to happen, but he was able to get it tucked away as he was tackled for the sack. But that sets up another 2nd and long.
Yeah.
This is their favorite down.
Well, this is really, really long. This is a 2nd and 30 here. And Parr looking back to pass. He just takes a little dump off pass to Roland. And he's on the right side. He gets the ball pretty close to midfield before he's tackled there. And that stop made by number 30 for Lorena, Cooper Key.
Looked like they had a tight end screen set up there that they had to abort.
Yeah, because it wasn't
Seth was guarding the tight end on that. So Seth is having an outstanding game so far. He's got in on a sack, a couple tackles for loss, and stopped what looked to be a promising tight end screen play single-handedly by guarding the tight end and not letting him catch the football.
Yeah, so he's showing that he can kind of do it all, coverage and nice run tackling here. And there's going to be another dump-off pass. This is Thornton, and he's going to be ganged up, and they're going to mark his forward progress to the 44-yard line there.
Say when we get a chance to see the punter on 4th and looks like 11 from the Lorena 45.
Well, let's see. There's 3 seconds on the clock, and I'm not sure what the play stoppage is for.
Yes, but please, never mind.
Is that a timeout? No?
Well, now if in fact...
yes, that was a Lorena timeout. I'm sorry, La Vega timeout.
See, this is very crucial right here. With 3 seconds left to go in the half, if you're a fan, you say, why did they call a timeout there? You want to kick the ball with the wind. That's why they took a timeout there right before the quarter, so they could kick the ball with the wind.
Yeah.
And hopefully pin La Vega deep inside their own territory.
Yeah, that's a very good point there, because they do go the other way when the quarter changes. And right now they have the win at the back.
Yeah, they could have let the time run out and saved the timeout and switched around. But again, Coach Hyde and his coaching staff, I'm sure this is a calculated play right here so that they could get the best possible punt possible in this situation.
Yeah. So here's a skater with the kick, and the punt is up, and it's going to be...
And it is carried by the wind.
And it takes a bounce. So La Vega bounces. Can they get
it? Oh, man.
That was number 7, Gigante Thomas. He had a chance to down it.
He was definitely trying to down it inside the 1, maybe 2-yard line.
Had a chance.
He got a hand on it but wasn't able to bring it in. That's a great effort. But, when we come back, La Vega will have the ball.
And that's the end of the first quarter. The score is La Vega 14, Lorena 0. We'll be right back with more La Vega Pirate football on Centex Sports Network at 94.5 FM.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
All right, we're back. Sid, what do we have here, Sid?
What we have here is a 1st and 10 for Lorena. The ball is at their own 20-yard line. And they come out with 2 backs flanking Blanchett in the shotgun. Then they send one in motion. Blanchett's looking to throw that way. That pass is incomplete. Coverage over there for La Vega by Marquay Willis.
Looked like they had that one pretty well defended. I think that's maybe the first time we've seen 2 backs line up in the backfield. They motioned one way, and like you said, they looked like they were trying to get a quick hitter. They're with the wind now, so I suspect them to continue to try to move the ball in the air.
So here we are, 2nd and 10, and they spread them out, 4 receivers. A quick pass in the middle, and that pass is dropped. Yeah, that Blanchett hit his receiver. That was number 5, Caleb Carrizales. He hit him right in the gut with that thing.
Yeah, he hit him right on the 5.
Still couldn't hang on to it.
And he wasn't able to hang on. That's going to set up 3rd and 10. And I think they got to get something here. They can't give the ball right back to La Vega.
Yeah, that would be pretty demoralizing at this point in the game, because the last thing you want to do is once again try to come back from 3 scores down. So Blanchett solo in the backfield.
He's getting pressure.
He
throws the ball deep,
and it's way over the head of his intended receiver, number 3, Devin Davis. Good coverage there for La Vega by Antoine Good. He was with him step for step down there, and Lorena's going to have to get the ball back to La Vega.
He scrambled around. I thought he had a chance to possibly run forward. He elected to try to hit him, wide receiver down the field.
Yeah, he was at this point. He's just trying to make plays. You know,
yeah.
This is what sometimes, you know, he is a sophomore, and sometimes you see this with these young kids that, you know, they want to make a play and they kind of stay with it a little.
Oh, the punter is bobbling the ball. He picks it up off the ground, attempts to kick it.
The ball is on the ground.
And the punter's still on the ground. That's bad news for the Lorena Leopards, because the punter is...
No, he's up. He's okay.
Okay, he's up.
He's okay.
But we have a block punt by La Vega. I don't know if the block punt caused the block punt, or because it may have gotten blocked anyway.
Yeah, that was Jeremiah Jones all over that kick there for Lorena, and Lorena was able to fall on the ball, and the ball is going to be inside the 1 yard line. It looks like. And so
this is. It's getting late early.
Yeah,
if La Vega's able to punch this in for a touchdown.
Well, I mean, 1st and goal from the 1. You know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I think we know the play here. They're gonna give the ball to guess who, Cedric?
Mr. Bryson Rowland, I'm guessing. And they give it to Rowland right up the middle.
And you're right, Sid.
And that's another La Vega touchdown. Touchdown, Bryson Rowland. 1 yard run for La Vega. Yeah, that was nothing fancy there, Rocky. You just we'll give you this ball, and where the first hole you see in the middle, you just go get up in there. So La Vega now pulling away here. Giovanni Escada coming on for the extra point. There's the snap. There's the kick. It is good. So with 11:35 left to play in the second quarter, the score is La Vega 21, Lorena 0. You are listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Hey guys, it's Rocky and Keisha, and at Prosperity Tax Service, we're all about convenience. We get it. Life is busy. Your time is valuable. That's why we've streamlined the entire process to be as hassle-free as possible.
No more sifting through piles of paperwork or spending hours at an office. With Prosperity Tax Service, you can handle your taxes from the comfort of your own home.
Your financial data is in safe hands with us through our secure and user-friendly customer portal at prosperitytax.com. It's your one-stop shop for all things tax-related. Log in anytime from anywhere, whether it's from your couch or on the go.
We are experienced tax professionals, well-versed in handling a variety of tax situations. Receive genuine assistance and competitive pricing from real tax professionals who've seen it all.
We're marking 2 decades as a community-based enterprise here in Waco, Texas. So call us at 254-235-5662 or log on to www.prosperitytax.com. Thanks, guys.
So we are back here at Leopard Field, where the Pirates are kicking the ball off, and it's fair caught at the Lorena 25-yard line. Fair catch made by number 6, Justin Batch. So after the block punt, we get the 1 yard touchdown run by Bryson Rowland. And now we're seeing La Vega once again with a 3-score lead here in district play in the first half.
All right. Well, let's see if the Lorena Leopards can get a lighthouse streaming first down. They've been struggling offensively so far. I think they've gotten 1 first down, maybe 2 since the game started.
Yeah, they had their first drive was pretty decent. But since then, not a whole lot, just coming off of a 3 and out. So here's the first down play. It's a pass to the flats, and it's going to be caught. That pass caught by number 5, Caleb Carrizales. And that's going to pick up a modest gain there. of about 5 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 coming up for Lorena at their own 30-yard line. So they come to the line quickly. They have 2 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. They're going to hand it off straight to DeLeon up the middle. Has a little room there. Pick up the first down, still on his feet. Pushes out to the 40, and there's a flag on the play. Late flag coming out, Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see what this is. It was called behind the play by the referee.
Player number 16.
Personal foul, face mask, Vega.
Well, he had already picked up the first down, but he's going to get 15 yards marked off with it, and that's going to be a lighthouse streaming first down. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not a lighthouse streaming first down. I'm sorry. That's only for La Vega.
But it is a first down for Lorena here at the La Vega 45-yard line with the mark off from the penalty. They're in La Vega territory. They're going to hand off to DeLeon going to his right. He's to the 40-yard line before he's finally brought down there. First contact made by Gigante Thomas for La Vega. Also in on the tackle is number 11, K. Balch. It's going to be a 5-yard pickup there by DeLeon. And Lorena now coming back to the line, playing with some tempo. They have 3 receivers to the left this time. All receivers on the left-hand side. DeLeon in the backfield. They bring the tight end in motion. He resets on the left side. And then they're going to hand off to DeLeon running in the middle. Not much there, if anything. Tackle there made by Gigante Thomas and Jeremiah Jones for La Vega.
Yeah, it looks like La Vega's moving the ball. That penalty helped them an awful lot. This is third and about 5 in their own territory. Let's see what they come up with to move the ball here.
Yeah, the Leopards are at the La Vega 39-yard line on this 3rd and 5 play. They come out with a bunch set. They're going to pitch it to Carazadas on the wide receiver jet. That's a jet sweep. And he's close to the sticks. Tackle there made by number 31, Jeremiah Thibodeau. And he did not get it, so it's going to be 4th and 1 for Lorena. What's the call here, Rock?
Well, as I look out and survey the field, they bring up the 3 big guys on, so I'm not running up the middle. That settles that. I'm going to take it around the end. I'm just going to take it off tackle here. There's no way I'm going to try them up the middle with those 3 big guys.
Well, they got a tight formation there. Everybody on the line. It looks like a power set. Blanchett keeps it, looks, and he picks up the first down.
And that's what he did, ran straight up the middle.
And, I mean, he got just enough for the first down.
Yes, they were in like a power formation there with 2 up backs, and the quarterback was back deep, and they just snapped it to the quarterback and let him run up the middle. Looked like they outnumbered La Vega on the line of scrimmage with the line and the 2 up backs. Looks like they were able to get a first down. But I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have tried those big guys.
So Blanchett's helmet came off at the end of that play, so they're going to come in with the backup quarterback, Bradley Schmidt-Shammer, for this one play. It's a direct snap to DeLeon. He's dropped for a loss in the backfield.
And guess who?
Warren Richardson Jr.
Seems like every time there's an aggressive play or their play needs to be made by the defense, Warren Richardson Jr. comes up with one. Last time they were driving, he came up with a real physical hit on the quarterback. This time, he tackles the running back in the backfield. Let's see what Lorena dials up at 2nd and 12.
That's going to be a 2-yard loss on the good play there, Richardson. And we got a stoppage in play here. I think this is, I thought maybe it was to get Blanchett back in the game. He's already out there, but they are going to make a substitution here. They just gave Lorena time to bring another kid on the field here. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 for Lorena. Blanchett gets the ball. He's rolling.
Looks like a blitz.
Yeah, he had Jason Wiley all in his face, but he was able to get that pass off, and it was, they call it a catch?
That was a catch.
Yeah. That's it. The ball clearly hit the ground. So it's going to be third down. Yeah, it looked like the official was going to move the ball there for a second.
He's next to the player. Oh, you can? Oh, well.
So it's third down and 4 here for Lorena as they have 2 receivers to the right. And now they're going to bring Carrizales in motion. Blanchett fakes it as a play-action pass. Was he hit as he was thrown? Because that was a very ugly throw there.
Yeah, it looked like the guys, they were definitely making contact with him as he tried to deliver the football.
Yeah, he kind of short-hopped that one.
Looks like Coach Hyde and the defense has decided they're going to heat him up.
Yeah, he's been under a lot of pressure this quarter, that's for sure. And now there's going to be a timeout on the field. So we'll go ahead and take one with him. And you are listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Lighthouse Streaming, a scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation.
So
does your corporate or church event need audio or video production?
Yeah.
Don't stress. All the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Hey, Cedric, as we come back, we have some, and La Vega's going to the playoffs. They're guaranteed to go to the playoffs, and we wanted to talk to our followers and our listeners about something that's very important to us about the La Vega playoffs. We really want to travel with them. We want to go and follow them throughout the playoffs, and we want to give you an opportunity to support, and we'll announce that right after this play.
So fourth down, it's going to be Blanchett back to pass. He's under heavy pressure again. He's going to be sacked, dropped in the backfield. Big tackle there. That was number 10. I'm sorry, that's her number. That was Caden Rowland, La Vega's leading tackler. No surprise there. Big defensive play by a big.
Yeah, that was he had no chance on that one, guy. He had no chance. He was going down.
And like I say, Coach Hyde, they have really turned up the heat on this pass rush here in this second quarter. Blanchett has been harassed pretty much every time he's dropped back to pass in this quarter.
But I want to give the fans to support La Vega as they go through the playoffs.
It's going to be a first down snap here. Paul looking to get the ball to the grate. As he drops the ball. It's going to be incomplete. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for La Vega at their own 46-yard line. Go ahead, Rock.
No, I was just wanting to give people get it out here so that the fans who want to support, want us to continue to broadcast La Vega high school football games during the playoffs. There's an opportunity for you to come in and support, and it's simple. Just send Cash App, whatever your donation can be, 254 Media Group. That's 254 Media Group, and I'll spell it after this play.
So 2nd and 10, La Vega with trips. They're going to hand it out to Rowland. He's coming to his right. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, the double field. Oh, that's Raekwon Kennedy, not Bryson Rowland. Raekwon Kennedy breaking off the big run. That's going to be a touchdown for La Vega.
Yeah, that was
56 yards for Raekwon Kennedy on that long touchdown run.
Well, Raekwon made sure I'm going to have plenty of time to read off this Cash App address. So we'll wait after the kick and then resume the conversation about how you can support La Vega football's radio broadcast throughout the playoffs.
So the Pirates coming on for the extra point. That means Giovanni Escada on to kick. Here is the snap. It's high, but it's fielded, and the kick is up and good. Good job getting the ball down there by Jabari Thornton handling the high snap. So with 7:29 to go, the score is La Vega 28, Lorena 0.
Yeah, I said, first off, we want to thank all of our sponsors who sponsored this regular season, whether it be Lincoln's Credit Union or the bail bonds people,
Pickens Bail Bond.
Pickens Bail Bond. We appreciate their support. Or Jim's Crispy Chicken, Sassy's, Blazing Age, and we want to thank all our sponsors. But we haven't secured any sponsorship as of yet to cover La Vega throughout the playoffs. So we want to give you an opportunity to donate to that effort. Our Cash App that you can donate is 254 Media Group. That's 254 MEDIAGROUP. That's 254 Media Group. We have a budget each week of $1,500 to broadcast these games, and anything you can donate would be greatly appreciated. It'll help our effort toward getting toward that $1,500 goal each and every week. Again, that's 254 Media Group. That's $254 Media Group.
So here's the key. And it's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line, and he's out to the 25, and he's not going to get to the 30. Nice tackle there made by Elbert Jones on the special teams play. And so Lorena is going to set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line.
It said, so, as we go through the community, even last week, so many people have spoke to me and said they enjoyed our broadcast. They listened to our broadcast, and they really appreciate us broadcasting these games, and we love doing it, to be honest with you. But there's a cost associated with it that we have to we have to gain in order to do this, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to support La Vega football on 94.5.
So on the first down run, they hand it off to DeLeon. He gets to the 35-yard line before he's stacked up by a group of Pirates there. Looked like Warren Richardson Jr. leading the charge. Antoine Good also on the stop, and number 7, Gigante Thomas. So a decent pickup there of about 7 yards on the first down run by DeLeon, and now it's going to set up second down for Lorena. As they come to the line, they have receivers, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, split up top. DeLeon is in the backfield with Blanchett. Blanchett gives to DeLeon going to his right, finds a little running room there, and he has enough for the first down. Dragged down there by it's like a Jeremiah Jones first one to make contact, but that was a strong little run there by DeLeon. He showed a little power on that run.
Absolutely. They're down 28, said. The night has really hadn't gone their way, and they're in the second quarter. The game has really gotten away from them, but to be honest with you, if they get a score here, maybe they can start to build some momentum going into halftime.
So 1st and 10, they come out, trips to the left. They throw a quick pass as Carrizales couldn't hang on to the ball. Contact was made by Antoine Good as soon as Carrizales tried to make the catch, and I think it was the impact of the hit that jarred the ball away. Or at least made Carrizales lose concentration on making that catch anyway. He gave him something else to think about. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass by Blanchett. The Leopards are getting the call from the sideline here. And now they come to the line of scrimmage. Same formation as last time. DeLeon to the right of Blanchett. Blanchett in the shotgun. He quick pass, and that pass was almost intercepted there by Marquay Willis. They tried to get a quick hitch out there on the right-hand side, but Willis was right there, right on the coverage.
Absolutely.
Looked like he had a chance to make a good play on that ball.
Yeah, that's looked like it could have broke it up or even possibly intercepted it.
Yeah, either way, he was in great position to make a play on the ball there.
Absolutely.
So now we have 3rd down and 10 here for Lorena. They have 4 receivers, 2 to each side. They're going to bring man in motion, and they're going to call this play dead. See the reason for the stop of the play. It's going to be a timeout. Lorena took a timeout on the field. So since they're in the timeout, we're going to go ahead and take one here too. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Are you hungry for the best fried chicken in town? Check out Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken at 3401 Bellmead Drive. Whether it's their mouth-watering chicken tenders, scintillating catfish, or that fried chicken that make you want to holler, Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken has been doing it for over 4 decades at 3401 Bellmead Drive. And if it's your family you're trying to feed, Jim's Crispy Chicken has you covered. Whether it's the 20-piece tenders or the 10-piece mixed chicken, Jim's Crispy Chicken has the answer for your crew.
So we're back to the action here, and on 3rd and 10, there's going to be a quick screen pass out to the right side. And it's going to be a pickup of about 5 yards. Tackle there made on the sideline. That was number 11, Kate Balch for La Vega. And now we have Lorena with another 4th down and 6 here, Rocky.
Yeah. I was just looking at our Cash App. Our Cash App is already starting to go off. I want to thank Cody and Reva White for their very generous donations. I want to thank you guys for supporting La Vega football broadcast on 94.5.
So on this 4th down play, Lorena has 4 receivers split out wide, 2 to each side. Blanchet's hitting the De Leon out of the backfield, and he was smacked after he made that catch there. Nice hard hit by Broderick Scott, but it's going to be enough to move the sticks, and that was a very much needed 1st down for Lorena.
Absolutely. You know, you expect La Vega's intensity to kind of dip with such a big lead, and it looks like they're already maybe making some substitutions, but they've been keeping their intensity up at a very high level, even up 28-0.
Yeah, absolutely. They've stayed very aggressive on defense. So here we are, 1st and 10, and the snap is mishandled by Blanchet, but De Leon is there to fall on the football to save a fumble, another turnover. So it's going to be a loss. That ball is at midfield now.
I'm not sure what caused that. It looked like the snap was right in the quarterback's hands.
Yeah, he just kind of mishandled it, didn't catch it. I'm not sure if he took his eye off of it or what have you, but definitely a costly mistake there. It's going to set up like an 18 for Lorena as they're going in the wrong direction here. So they come to the line. They have 3 receivers, 2 to the left. De Leon behind Blanchet now, and he's going to fake it. He's going to roll. He's looking to pass. He has a man, and that pass is going to be incomplete, just out the reach of Caleb Carrizales. Very good defense there by Amir Gibson. He had a shot at making that catch too. So 3rd and very long for Lorena.
So let's start thinking ahead. If Lorena doesn't get this, do they go for it here?
At midfield with 4:27 left, I'd be tempted to punt.
Let's see what happens here, Sid.
So the Leopards come out. They have 3 receivers to the left. Blanchet back to pass. Here's a throw. And there was a good break on the ball there by Marquay Willis. I don't know if that pass got through, and they're going to say that it did.
Looks like they're moving the ball forward. They're spotting the ball forward.
That was a really low throw. That was a great job on the far sideline.
Looked like it had a chance to be intercepted by the breaking defensive back.
Yeah.
However, it looks like
Marquay Willis broke on that ball so quickly. I just knew he had either knocked it down or it hit the ground, but they're going to call that a completion. And so now here's Lorena with a crucial 4th and 3. 3 receivers to the left. They're going to hand it to De Leon. He has room. He's to the 40, across to the 40, to the 35, and he's going to be close to the sticks here.
Hey, I want to thank the guys on the back at the studio at 254 Media Group, Lighthouse Streaming. They were able to put the Cash App up on the broadcast. So if for some reason you guys didn't get a chance to write it down and you're watching on the video broadcast, it's right there, right on the screen. And it is $254 Media Group. That's $254 Media Group.
So DeLeon got just enough of the first down on 1st and 10. Blanchett's going to keep it, but he's going to be rolled up in the middle of the field. That was Broderick Scott with a nice tackle. And that's going to be a 1-yard pickup for Blanchett. It's going to set up a 2nd and 9 for Lorena. And the ball is at the La Vega 32-yard line. And you're not seeing the tempo from the Lorena offense that we saw a little earlier. They're kind of slowing it down a little bit for some reason.
Well, it looks like they were losing focus, having penalties, missed snaps, things of that nature. Look like they're trying to settle it down. And that's another pretty hard tackle. And I'm trying to see.
That was Jeremiah Jones on that one?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was Jeremiah Jones on that one. On the handoff to DeLeon. Be 2 yards, so it's going to set up a 3rd and long here for Lorena with 2:36 and counting remaining in the first half.
I'd say this is the best drive of the game so far.
Yeah, this is the best.
However, it didn't happen until they were down 28 points.
Yeah, I see. They could have used that.
But again, like I said earlier, if they could get in the end zone here, if they could get in the end zone right now, that'll set up for them opportunity for the big comeback in the second half.
So big 3rd down play for Lorena. Blanchett looking to pass. He has DeLeon. DeLeon makes the catch, and he's tackled immediately.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Looked like we have a La Vega player on the ground after that very hard tackle.
Yeah, I think that's Caden Rowland. Slow getting to his feet, but he is to his feet now. But yeah, he came up and he popped DeLeon.
That's what we call laying the wood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He definitely did that.
But that was a great catch by the wide receiver. He was able to hang on the ball after that very physical hit.
Yeah, fearless little.
Matter of fact,
back there.
You don't see hits like that anymore.
You really don't. So here we are with a 4th and 1 for Lorena because DeLeon was stopped just short of the stick. They spread everybody out. Blanchett's going to keep it. He's rolling to his right. He picks up the first down, and he's down at the 20-yard line.
200-6895. You're listening to the JR Sport Brief.
It is the JR Sport Brief Show here with you coast to coast on the Infinity Sports Network. Happy Friday to you. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. I'm going to be hanging out with you for 1 more hour. This show gets started.
Lorena was lucky to get on the football.
He's not injured. 25.
Lorena was lucky to get back on the football because I'm not into ballet, but I think if you had to say what he did on the quarterback did on that play, he made a pirouette. Isn't that what I know?
No, that's correct. It was a pirouette, but what he did was he made the turn. He was losing his balance, and so when he put his arm down, the football hit the ground.
Oh, it slipped out his hand.
Yeah, it slipped out his hand.
I'm watching it here on the replay on Centex Sports Network on YouTube, and that's exactly what happened there. Just so you guys know, if you ever want to watch, if you're unable to watch, and if you're listening in your car, on your mobile device at Centex Sports or Centex Magic, you also can see the broadcast live. You can see the broadcast live on Centex Sports Network.
That is our very excellent YouTube channel where we stream all of our sporting events. So definitely welcome to join us on that platform as well. So back to the action here. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 32. Blanchett sets up the screen. It's going to be hauled in, and that's DeLeon out to the 20, to the 10. And there's a
someone
to play. Yeah.
Someone had a bear hug on somebody out there.
Yeah, they're going to be bringing that one back.
But it will be at the spot of the foul, so it'll they will have a gain on this play.
Right.
Oh, it's Abigail.
Yeah, great little screen call there on a second and 32.
Hello, field cam.
So let's see. They haven't picked the flag up yet.
Oh, that's Abigail. Why is it Abigail on a headset?
That was a great call, though.
Oh, yeah.
Great call.
Excellent.
Used La Vega's aggressiveness against them. Was able to let the line come upfield, dump it right over their head, and the running back had a chance to really get down the field. Unfortunately, there was a holding call, but the play still resulted in a first down. Second down. I'm sorry.
So it's second, and it's going to be from 20-yard line. Blanchett has time to throw, and then he runs out of time as number 7, Gigante Thomas and Warren Richardson Jr. closed in very quickly on Blanchett. And it looks like he's got a little hitch in his giddy up there. He's been hit hard.
Yeah, he was hit by 2 players as he was trying to deliver the football. That pass didn't have a chance because of the pressure that was on him. But with 43 seconds left to go in the half, 3rd down and 9, what do you have here, Sid?
You got to put the ball in the air. You got to put it in the air. Maybe just even if nothing more than a quick out route. And so they're going to fake the pass. They're going to hand it off to De Leon, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Gigante Thomas, Jeremiah Jones, Roger Scott, just all over that play. Very minimal gain there, and it's going to set up a 4th and 11 for Lorena with 28 seconds left to play as the Leopards take another timeout on the field.
You know, the La Vega Pirates are poised to make a long run in the playoffs.
I agree.
And with that being the case, we really 94.5. We really want to follow them all throughout the playoffs. We have not secured sponsorship for the playoff run just yet. So if you'd like to contribute, to 254 Media, the operator of 94.5, you can make a donation to $254 Media Group. That's $254 MEDIAGROUP. That's 254 Media Group. We want to thank Cody and Reva for their very generous donations so far. If you are looking at the stream live, you can see 254 Media Group right there on the stream as well.
Okay, big 4th down here for Lorena as they take the field. Blanchett back to pass, looking, has time, still has time now. He's rolling to his right, trying to keep the play alive, still looking upfield, directing traffic, throws the pass, is going to be caught.
Finds the receiver.
Yeah, caught at the 5-yard line. Very good job there by Blanchett, just keeping that play alive. And
how many timeouts does he have left?
They don't have any. So they hustle to the line. They used it the last timeout. They hustle to the line here with 16 seconds left from the 5, and Blanchett's going to just go ahead and down it. And it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5. Yeah, really impressive play there by the sophomore quarterback from Lorena, scrambling and keeping that play alive.
Yeah, he scrambled, kept the play alive, and was able to find somebody down the field.
So they're going to say
he was being chased by several defenders, and there was 3 defenders around the wide receiver, and he fitted right in there.
So here's 2nd and goal from the 5. Blanchett back to throw. He's looking, and the receiver falls down, and that pass is going to be incomplete. There's a flag on the play as well.
Let's see here.
That looks like a legal procedure, the preliminary call.
And that's exactly what the call is. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. And they're really not doing themselves any favors right now. You know, after a great play by the quarterback, then you come back with a penalty.
Which is where's the microphone?
So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 11-yard line. They have 3 receivers to the left, 1 up top by himself on the right. Blanchett takes the snap. He's immediately pressured.
Oh, man.
He's dropped for a loss, and the ball came out, but they're going to say he was down. But that was...
Yeah, that might have been a mercy call right there, because I don't see how they were able to say he was down, because that was pretty forceful contact to the quarterback and looks like
Yeah, Warren Richardson Jr. just folded that guy in half.
I'm looking forward to watch that play on replay.
Yeah, that was just he just crushed the quarterback on that play. Yeah, I really thought that was a fumble, but it was not. So we're here at halftime, and the score is La Vega 28, Lorena 0. Halftime here at Leopard Field here in Lorena, and we're going to go ahead and take a break. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Lighthouse full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Hey guys, it's Rocky and Keisha, and at Prosperity Tax Service, we're all about convenience. We get it. Life is busy. Your time is valuable. That's why we've streamlined the entire process to be as hassle-free as possible.
No more sifting through piles of paperwork or spending hours at an office. With Prosperity Tax Service, you can handle your taxes from the comfort of your own home.
Your financial data is in safe hands with us through our secure and user-friendly customer portal at prosperitytax.com. It's your one-stop shop for all things tax-related. Log in anytime, from anywhere, whether it's from your couch or on the go.
We are experienced tax professionals, well-versed in handling a variety of tax situations. Receive genuine assistance and competitive pricing from real tax professionals who've seen it all.
We're marking 2 decades as a community-based enterprise here in Waco, Texas. So call us at 254-235-5662 or log on to www.prosperitytax.com. Thanks, guys. Your financial data is in safe hands with us through our secure and user-friendly customer portal at prosperitytax.com. It's your one-stop shop for all things tax-related. Log in anytime, from anywhere, whether it's from your couch or on the go.
We are experienced tax professionals, well-versed in handling a variety of tax situations.
The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about
Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
Hello, welcome everybody to the halftime show here for La Vega Pirate Football, right here on 94.5 FM on Centex Sports Network and also on Infinity Sports Radio. Well, folks, it's been a great game so far for the La Vega Pirates. Your La Vega Pirates putting on a show in this first half in their regular season closer against the Lorena Leopards. Right now, they're up 28-0, taking on Lorena. It's been a great outing so far. Joining me in studio for the halftime show is Roy Gillis, and we've seen a great outing so far from La Vega in this first half.
Yeah, La Vega's doing what they are supposed to do, really kind of taking control from the very beginning. Lorena came out and tried to run a little okey-doke, if you will, tried to do a little onside kick kind of thing, and La Vega gets the ball and quick strike to wide receiver, and he breaks it and goes in for 6. And it's kind of been a steady, I guess, a drumbeat from then until now. So La Vega's taking full control of it. One thing that really just stands out to me is the speed of La Vega is definitely showing itself against this Lorena football team.
Yeah, La Vega, they've got great athletes on both sides of the ball, on the defense, on the offense. Their defense is really, since district play has started, just went to a completely another level. We know that Coach Hyde hangs his hat on the defensive end, and we have plenty of La Vega fans listening with us. And for years, you guys have watched La Vega, and the defensive side of the ball is their calling card. And this year so far, since they started district, they've been playing phenomenal. They shut out one of the better offenses in Central Texas in this 4A Division II in the Conley Cadets. They shut them out last week. This week, they shut out Lorena so far in this first half. And they're doing it week in and week out against good teams because we know how tough this District 12 is in 4A Division II. Probably the best district in 4A Division II, in my opinion, is this District 12. When you think about teams like La Vega, Conley, Gatesville, China Spring, Lorena, Robinson, who was ranked for majority of this year, they've got some really good teams in this district. And so far this year, La Vega is the cream of the crop. So right now they're up 28-0 on Lorena, playing the regular season closer. They have already closed and clinched the district title for this year. So expect to see a lot of the younger guys getting some action in the second half, especially being up 28-0. These guys have already come out and taken care of business from their star players like Bryson Rowland and Jabari Thornton and the young quarterback Parr. They've been doing their thing all night long, and I expect to see the same thing in the second half as well. So, folks, there's been a lot of good games from around the Central Texas area tonight. Some of them already took place last night. I think we had about 3 or 4 games being played on a Thursday night in the Central Texas area, one of them being my alma mater and the Midway Panthers. They took on Carpus Cove to close out their season, and Carpus Cove came ready to play in this game. 35-16 win for Carpus Cove over the Midway Panthers. That game was played last night. Midway is getting ready for the playoffs, so they'll be going into this playoff looking to make some noise. They're the first time they got in the playoffs last year after putting together about a 4 or 5 game win streak. But this year they got a winning record again. First time they've been able to do that in a few years, honestly. And they're looking to make some noise when they get into this playoffs in 6A. But Carpus Cove yesterday took the game, came out there prepared to play. They won that one 35-16. Harker Heights versus Temple. That game was last night as well. Harker Heights came out with the victory 31-14 over Temple. And Harker Heights, Temple, and Midway, those are all the top teams in that District 12 6A here in the Central Texas area. And Harker Heights won the district, and they closed it out by winning that game last night against Temple. Killeen Chaparral, one of the newer Killeen schools, taking on Lake Belton, one of the newer Belton schools. Lake Belton got back in the win column 48-7 as they got a win over Killeen Chaparral. We'll have to try to get a friend of the show, Mr. Tony Evans, back on here, and he can talk to us about some Lake Belton football and some Belton football as well. At halftime, University taking on Killeen Ellison. University, one of these teams in Central Texas that are having a great season, and they got a really good team over there. Coach K'Ron Johnson has done a great job with that program all year long. They're getting back in the win column after dropping a game against Brenham last week. Roy, I think you got a chance to see this University team when we saw them play against China Spring kind of in that beginning of the season. Anything you've seen so far from University or any expectations for them as they go into this playoff run?
Well, they got some star players, including the receiver that's got offers from all over the country.
London Smith.
And he's got that star player, but they got a sophomore quarterback. He's about 6'2", 6'3", pretty good sized kid, getting some great experience at this level. And they got a good running game. So they've got the components that they need to kind of make a push in this playoff run. And they're way too much for Killeen Ellison right now. And but University has got a team, and they've been building this. This is about the third year. They 3 years ago, it's like, okay, they're playing competitively. Last year, they took a step forward and made it into the playoffs. And this year, you got some seniors on that team that I think is going to be able to help them get over some of those hurdles. We'll just have to see. The playoffs are close. They're about to start.
Yeah, playoffs right around the corner, and they're playing in a competitive division there. They're playing in that 5A Division II. There's some heavy hitters from around the state of Texas in 5A Division II. So University's going to have to bring their hard hat and their lunch pail to this playoffs because they got some tough games coming up. But I expect them to be able to have some success as they get in the playoffs. Like you said, it's a super talented team. They've got some really good seniors on this team on both sides of the ball, and a good mix of some young guns on both sides of the ball as well. So really excited to see that university team. Waco High versus Brian Rudder. At halftime, Waco High trailing by just 1 point. 13-14 is the score. Brian Rudder with the lead right now at halftime. Brenham and Belton, this Brenham team, just came down to Waco last week, and they put it on University, right? And then last night, they do the same to Belton, 42-24 win for Brenham over Belton. Godley taking on Hillsboro. They win that game 23-0. Another team that's kind of just outside of the Central Texas area, but we still kind of claim them in Hillsboro. They're in 4A Division II as well. They're in District 4. China Spring and Robinson. At halftime, Robinson up 24-7 at the half. Robinson, another really good team in this greater Waco area, Central Texas area. We saw La Vega play them a couple of weeks ago. La Vega came out successful in that game, but this Robinson team was ranked for majority of the year, and they've been having a pretty good year as well.
Yeah, really, that game really is not is not really a battle on the field per se, because Robinson's got control of it. I think the battle is the battle of the bands.
Yeah,
China Spring has a great band, and Robinson High School, both of them have award-winning bands. But one of the scores that you talked about, Jalen, was Waco High down by 1 at the half, and I'm hoping that Waco High can find a way to get their first district win. And they're against Brian Rudder. They're playing them close, and it'll help those kids so much as they're trying to get that Waco High program back on track. It's been a long time since they've had really the type of program that they normally have. And you have guys on your show during the week, former Waco High legends, and we know that they did some great things at a high level, so they're down. So I'm hoping that they can find a way to pull that game out. It's the last game of the year.
Yeah, last game of the year, and they're on the road. And like you said, they got a lot of fans here in Waco. Even though they've been down for a little while now, their fan base hasn't really dropped off at all. Waco High fan base is huge because their alumni is huge, and they've got a lot of support behind them. So this next couple of years, I'm looking for this Waco High team to start a turnaround. They were a little more competitive this year than they were last year. I know they were in that super, super tough district that Midway was even getting beat down in as well a couple years ago when they had Duncanville and DeSoto and all those guys in the district. But in this new realignment, I'm hoping that Waco High they've dropped back down to 5A, find some more success as well. Another team from this District 12 that we talk about a lot here in 4A Division II, Gatesville and Conley. This is a team that we got a chance to cover for about 4 or 5 years in the Conley Cadets. Right now, they're up on Gatesville 20-7. We've seen a lot of those young kids since they were in the middle school program, and now getting a chance to highlight their talent on the high school stage. And they graduated so many good athletes in the last really 3 years. They graduated some great athletes that are playing football on Saturdays right now and playing meaningful minutes. We all seen Trey Wisner kid that's at Texas, but Jelani McDonald has been playing meaningful minutes for Texas on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they had Kavion Gaither.
Yeah.
He was the WAC Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Probably their best player on Sam Houston right now.
And I've been seeing Kiefer's name popping up every now and then. He's running the ball. I think he may be starting tomorrow and at the University of North Texas. I'm not sure if he's starting, but definitely stacked, representing Central Texas well. And that Connolly team, I got a chance to see Gatesville as they played La Vega earlier in the year. Gatesville has got a running back. They had a guy that had 30 carries, 160 yards, or something like that. Connolly they are tough. They are not as big as they were last year, but they are some tough guys. Of course, the quarterback is getting a lot of the attention. And but they've got some, the running back has been pretty good over there. They got some decent receivers. The Cyrus Evans' son, I can't remember his first name, but he's good good receiver and good on defense. So, they got some players, and they're handling business. They're going to go to the playoffs again. Yeah, they're going.
They'll be in the playoffs. Coach Garrick, he does a good job with this team, and he's definitely did a great job with them this year, because this is a year that a lot of people expected Conley to kind of have a down year, and they came out and won their first 4 or 5 games of the season. So shout out to the Conley Cadets. Right now they're up 20-7 on Gatesville. We'll go through a couple more of these scores before we go to break, folks. West versus Whitney. Whitney closed that game out 38-0. Whitney's got some really good kids over there in that Whitney program.
A beatdown.
A beatdown against West. Coach Haynes does a great job out there with the Whitney Wildcats. Grosbeck and Maypearl. Grosbeck, another one of these smaller schools that got a lot of talent on their team. Right now, Grosbeck in a battle going near halftime. They're down 13-6, taking on Maypearl. Final score in Grandview. Mejia gets a win over Grandview, 23-16, as they've already finished that game. We've got a delay game going on in Teague. Dibble taking on Teague. They're up 7-0 in that game. Right outside of halftime, McGregor is up 20-14 on Troy. Cameron Yo taking on Academy. Final score there, the Yeomen come out with the win, 35-31 in that game. At halftime, Clifton is down 6-0, taking on Brady. At halftime, Hamilton is up 21-20 on De Leon. Final score in Itasca, Axtell comes out with the win, 50-21 over Itasca. Italy and Dawson. Italy is tied 6-6, taking on Dawson right now. At halftime, Rio Vista is down 21-27, taking on Valley Mills in Valley Mills, Texas. Right outside of halftime, Rosebud Lot down by 1 point, taking on Crawford. Crawford with the 7-6 lead right outside of halftime. Marlin getting a big-time win right now, a big-time lead right now outside of halftime, up on Moody 34-0 right outside of the half. Riesel taking on Bruceville Eddy. They're up 15-0 in the second quarter. Surprising score here, Goldwaith up 40-0 right now on the Mart Panthers. Mart is one of the better teams in Central Texas, like we always talk about, one of the most historic teams in Texas high school football right now. They're trailing big, taking on Goldwaith. Bremond and Frost. Bremond up 46-0, taking on Frost. Meridian and Chilton in a battle right now at halftime. Chilton with just a touchdown lead, up 21-14 on Meridian. Wortham and Hubbard. Wortham up 30-0 in the first quarter. Some smaller schools, 6-man football, got Live Oak and Bishop Riker. Live Oak gets the win 60-0 in that game. Milford and Blum. Milford up 42-21 on Blum. Avalon and Covington. A big win for Avalon as they win 68-19. Abbott and Aquila, a rivalry game there. Abbott up 20-8 in that game. Coolidge and Penelope tied at 6 apiece in the second quarter. Jonesboro and May. Jonesboro up 16-6. Copperell and Bluffdale. Bluffdale gets to win 48-36. And we've got Oglesby and Avant. Oglesby gets to win 64-0 in that game. So, folks, a lot of good games going on from around the Central Texas area, all over high school football, different sizes of high school football teams. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of MCC as they've started their season in both men and women's basketball. They're off to a great start. We'll talk about them some. We'll look at a couple of these games coming up on the college slate tomorrow. So stay tuned and stay locked in. This is the halftime show for La Vega Pirate football here on 94.5 FM, Centex Sports Radio, Centex Sports Network, and Infinity Sports Radio, Central Texas. We'll be right back.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into the halftime show here for the Vega Pirate football as they're up 28-0, taking on the Lorena Leopards. Right now, La Vega in full control of that game, and we're getting ready to take it back over to the field in just a few minutes. Before we do, I want to talk a little bit about some MCC basketball. MCC has just tipped off their season. Last weekend, we covered the MCC Classic, their annual tournament that they do every year at the beginning of the season. Both men and women's team started off to a great start, getting the victories there, and since then, the men's team has went on the road to Oklahoma. They picked up a win against one of the top teams in the nation in Odessa. They just picked up a win again today against Dallas College Richland. But the women's team is off to a 3-0 start. They defeated the number 18 team in the nation, Blinn College, and they beat them pretty handily, beat them 64-42 in that game. Coach Candace Thomas out there in her second year now as the head coach, doing a phenomenal job with this team, and they've got a pretty good team out there.
Yeah. Looking forward to some big things. So they've off to a great start. Coach Candace, second year, sophomore year, and she had not lost steam. And I was wondering, is she going to be able to recruit against some of these other teams, these JUCOs in this region? And she has definitely showed that she is able to. Before I go too deep in MCC, we are at the La Vega Pirate football halftime. And La Vega's getting ready to make a playoff run, and we don't have any sponsors yet secured for the playoffs. The playoffs, not only do we have to incur the cost of sending a team there and all the cost that goes with producing a broadcast, but UIL also charges. Yeah. So if you're watching us on YouTube, it's $254 Media Group. You can Cash App us there. Or if you're just listening, again, it's $254 Media Group. And we appreciate any donation that you can do. Everything counts. But as I said, the girls, they're looking good. Candace, Coach Thomas has really done a great job recruiting. And these girls, their calling card, as I heard on one of your post-game interviews, is defense. They play defense. And they got some scores, real good skill set. They got a young lady last name Flowers.
Yeah, Mary Flowers.
Flowers. I need to look at what her stats are, but she's a baller and a real presence down in the post. So if you want to check out MCC, you can always catch them. All of the girls and boys broadcasts will be on Centex Sports Network, and you can always catch them there. But if not, come on out to the Highlands, and you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, definitely. You want to get a chance to catch this team, whether that's on Centex Sports Network, or if you, like you said, come out to the Highlands and come check this team out. The young lady he was talking about, Mary Flowers, really good post player. You guys definitely want to come out and see her. She had 19 points in their last win against Blinn, and they won pretty handily. She's averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds a game so far, and I think she's going to be one of the better players in JUCO women's basketball as they move forward. MCC is already ranked in the nation. They're ranked number 23. I expect that ranking to go up as the year progresses. They've already taken out the number 18 team in the nation, so I expect them to be ranked somewhere in the teens as they go forward. And Coach Thomas, we talked about, she had a really good first year as a head coach. They won their conference, were undefeated at home. They didn't lose a game at the Highlands last year, folks, so expect to see a good game from the Highlassies when you come out to the Highlands if you get a chance to come watch them play. The men's team with Coach Kevin Gill, who's been there for 2 decades now, done a phenomenal job. Their most winningest coach in program history, and he's done a phenomenal job with their team out there as well. He's done a great job recruiting. They've got a lot of athleticism. They even have a 7-footer from Germany out there playing with them as well. They got a big man, and he's a pretty good kid as well. They've got a few prospects on that team, so you guys want to catch some of these games on Centex Sports Network or at the Highlands because Coach Gill's got a good squad out there for the men's team as well.
Yeah. I know we got to kick it back to over to the field, Jalen, but they've got a great team. I had a chance. I just covered their game at Hill College. They just defeated Richland about 15 or 16. I don't remember exactly what the score was, but no, they got a great team. Coach Gill, I think his total career, he's got 700 wins now. Yeah. And so I mean, we got a legendary coach out there, and he's put together another team. MCC, both girls and boys, men and women, are both poised to make some noise in the JUCO circles, and they got some D1 prospects out there. Again, Cash App 254 Media Group, definitely help us. We want to follow La Vega throughout the playoffs. I think that they're poised to make a deep playoff run this year, and definitely help us do that. If you have a business and your business wants to be a sponsor, one of the sponsors in the playoffs, you can reach out to me. You can email me at roy@254 Media Group, and I'll definitely get that put together for you. But we got some great athletics and programs happening right here in Central Texas.
Some really great programs, one of them being your La Vega Pirates. We're here wrapping up the halftime show for La Vega Pirate football on 94.5 FM. We're getting ready to go back over to the field. We're going to take one quick break. When we come back, you'll be back in the hands of Rocky Miller and Cedric Eigelhart as they get you ready for the second half of La Vega football. You're listening and watching La Vega Pirate football here on 94.5 FM, Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas, and on Centex Sports Network. We'll be back.
It's home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports. Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
Okay, and Infinity Sports.
All right, we are here at Lorena, in Lorena at Leopard Field, getting ready for the second half of this game between La Vega and Lorena, the regular season finale. Pirates up big, 28-0 right now. Rock, what do you expect to see in the second half?
Well, I expect Lorena to come out and try to put some points on the board really fast. You know, they had a deep run. They were able to drive the ball down deep in La Vega territory right before half. They weren't able to punch it in, and I suspect they'll come out being aggressive, trying to get the ball in the end zone to try to get back in the game.
And they do get the second half kickoff here as La Vega lines up. Here's Giovanni Escada kicking off from his own 40-yard line. And the second half is underway. Good kick, drives him back to the 10-yard line. He comes to the 15, to the 20, makes a move to 25. Knocked down hard. That's going to be Caden Rowland with a special teams tackle. And Lorena is going to set up 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line.
Just like you say, every Friday night is a good night for the Rowland family.
For the Rowland family. Yeah, between Caden and Bryson, man, I mean, they played a lot of good Pirate football this season.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm looking forward to see what Lorena's going to come out here with. They have the win once again, even though it looks like may have died down just a little bit on the field. And so let's see what they come out in.
So they come out with 3 receivers to the right. DeLeon in the backfield with Blanchard. Blanchard's going to get a quick pass, and that ball is incomplete. I saw it hit the ground. There's another low throw there right around the 35-yard line, but it's going to be incomplete pass. It's going to set up a 2nd and 10 for Lorena.
Looks like Vega still has their start. They brought out their starters at 28-0. Looks like they're just still gonna.
Yeah, they're not letting up here apparently. So here we are with the 2nd and 10 play. Blanchard rolls to his right. He has a receiver. It's caught at the 30. He breaks a tackle and he's stopped at the 33-yard line. And that's going to be a nice little pickup there on 2nd down, making it a third and manageable here for Lorena with a 3rd and 4.
This is a big play right here. Because the thing they can't do at this point is go 3 and out down 28. They have to get some yardage, preferably you want them to get a first down here.
So they hand it off to DeLeon. He has a room. He has the first down, and he's going to be finally brought down at the Lorena 44-yard line. Tackle that made by Caden Rowland. That was just straight up the middle.
Straight up the gut handoff.
Yeah.
And they're coming with tempo.
They come with tempo. Back to the line already. 2 receivers to the left. They're going to hand it off to DeLeon again. He's going to his left. He makes a cut back to the middle. And he's going to be knocked down at the 48-yard line. That tackle there made by J.C. Wiley. And it's going to be a 2nd and 6 for Lorena. Moving the football so far, Rock.
Yeah, they're moving it, and they're running it straight up the gut on La Vega. Looks like there may be a dip in intensity for La Vega a little bit.
Same formation for Lorena. Now Blanchard rolls to his left. He's looking, has a man in the flats, is caught, and he's across midfield. Tackle there made by Caden Rowland. That was going to be that catch there made by number 28, Sloan Blackwell, the tight end for Lorena. And he's close enough to where now it's going to be another manageable 3rd down here as 3rd and 2.
They were able to cross the 50-yard line with that play right there. Leaves them up a really good at 3rd and about 3rd and 3.
The 3 receivers to the right, and it's a high snap. He hands off to DeLeon. He's working his way through the middle. He picks up the run again, just beyond the sticks before the tackle is made there by Broderick Scott. And they're just picking and picking.
They're just pounding them right up the middle with DeLeon. There's nothing tricky about that. I thought they'd come out high flying, trying to pass the ball down the field, but they found something in the middle of the La Vega defense.
Yeah, it seems so because they've worked that middle here quite often on this particular drive. So now they break the huddle, and it's going to be 2 receivers to the right. They bring a man in motion. That's Carrizales. Blanchard fakes the handoff. He's looking for Carrizales. The pass is thrown behind him. That's going to be an incomplete pass.
Hey, if number 3 for La Vega, if he just turned his head around, Erba Jones could have had a pick 6 if he just looked around for the football rather than running to the wide receiver.
Yeah. If he'd have played ball with that man.
It was basically thrown right to him if he had been looking at the quarterback.
So after the incomplete pass, here we are 2nd and 10. Lorena coming out with the same formation. DeLeon standing behind Blanchard. It faked the handoff. It's a high pass to Carrizales on the right side. Too high. he got a hand on it, but he couldn't corral it in. So it's going to be another incomplete pass, and it's going to be a 3rd and 10 for Lorena.
I'm surprised they're not able to move the ball more effectively through the air. They were running the ball pretty good. Problem with that, they're down 28. They need to put some points on the board in a hurry, and that's why they can't just stick with exclusively running the football at this point.
So they bring 3 receivers out to the right, 1 receiver on the left side. Blanchett rolling to his right, rolling, running out of time, keeping the play alive, still on his feet, and trying to hit a man on the sideline, but that sails over his head as well. It's going to be another incomplete pass. And here for Lorena, I mean, it's 4-down territory out for the rest of the night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 4th and 10, and they've had some disastrous 4th downs. Like the one they had right on before halftime. It was 4th and long. This is 4th and 10, and looks like they're going to bring out the punt team. I'm surprised about that.
Now this, I don't know. Fake punt doesn't make a lot of sense here. If you're going to go,
because Coach Hyde's going to keep. It's going to be a punt safe here for Coach Hyde, I'm sure. He's not going to get tricked in this situation.
They do have Willis back, and it's going to be an actual punt, and it's a nice little kick. Willis is going to let it sail over his head and bounce to the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. And so it looked like a promising drive for Lorena, ends up with a punt, and La Vega will have the ball at their own 25-yard line when we come back here at Leopard Field, La Vega Pirate Football, 94.5 FM.
Hey guys, it's Rocky and Keisha, and at Prosperity Tax Service, we're all about convenience. We get it. Life is busy. Your time is valuable. That's why we've streamlined the entire process to be as hassle-free as possible.
No more sifting through piles of paperwork or spending hours at an office. With Prosperity Tax Service, you can handle your taxes from the comfort of your own home.
Your financial data is in safe hands with us through our secure and user-friendly customer portal at prosperitytax.com. It's your one-stop shop.
So the Pirates on 1st down, Parr looking to throw a pass in the air. That ball was intended for Jabari Thornton. He couldn't hang on to it in bounds. Oh, no, they're going to give him the catch on the sideline.
Looks like they are.
Yeah, they are definitely moving the ball here. So
in high school and college, you only need 1 foot.
That is true. So it's going to be a little 5-yard completion there. And it's going to be 2nd and down for La Vega as they come out with 2 receivers to the right, Thornton up top. They're bringing Jackson out across, setting up in the wingback position. Roland in the backfield with Parr, and they're going to give it to Roland. He's running to his left. Not a whole lot of room there. He maybe just got back to the line of scrimmage as the Leopards were quick to respond on defense there.
Looked like there was a little indecisiveness with the motion man. Wasn't sure what the motion should be. They snapped the ball, and Roland wasn't able to pick up much over there on the left-hand side of that Lorena defense. I was surprised to see La Vega come out passing the ball with the first play.
So now here we are on 3rd down, and Roland is back with Parr. Parr gets a snap. He's looking downfield. He's trying to find Thornton. Thornton's running free, but the ball is thrown about 5 yards too. And, he overthrew Thornton. You got to have a good arm to overthrow Jabari Thornton.
And into the wind.
Into the wind, yeah. That was.
This sets up for 4th down, but that was a really impressive throw considering it's in the wind, and that ball traveled easily 40 yards in the air.
Absolutely.
That young man has a pretty strong arm throwing into the wind like that.
Yeah. Because this is a very, like I say, it's not as stiff as it was in the first half, but it's still very substantial. So the Pirates are going to bring on the punter, Giovanni Escada, and they're going to kick the ball away to Lorena. The kick is up. It's traveling.
I'll tell you what, Giovanni didn't go near as far as that throw. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the wind pretty much knocked that one down, didn't it? But he was able to get it across midfield, and Lorena is going to set up in a pretty good field position here at their own 45-yard line. We'll be right back with La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
The banana pudding peach cobbler make you want to holler for me. It's the candy yams, mac and cheese, beef tips, pork tips and rice, collard greens. It's a sweet potato pie, sweetie. Fried chicken you've been missing, the lemon sweet tea dressing on Sundays when you all dressed up. Chest pie, buttermilk, and pound cake. Cornbread with butter just dripping.
These referees are trying to get him out of here.
Yeah, so it's a first down play for Lorena. It's going to be a straight handoff to De Leon. Another little powerful run up the middle. He's going to pick up about almost 6 on that carry before he's brought down by Jeremiah Jones.
Hey, this time last week said we were wrapping up, we were packing up, getting ready to go home.
I mean, they just ran, and that clock ran out real fast. Yeah, absolutely. This one a little bit differently, because there was a lot of passing in the first quarter. Surprisingly so, because of how strong the wind was. So here we are now, second down for Lorena. The ball is at their own 45-yard line. They're going to hand it off to De Leon. He's trying to find some room, but once again met immediately by Jeremiah Jones with another good stick there from the linebacker.
Well, I think with La Vega moving into November, you're not going to have favorable weather every game like you've had this season.
Right.
Like you've pretty much had clear skies the entire season.
That's
and
true.
As you move into November, it's going to be a little more difficult from a weather standpoint.
That's very true. Third down, Blanchard rolls to his right, hits a tight end, and he is hit as soon as he catches the pass. That was Bridget Scott with a decleater over there on the right side. And he's not going to get enough for the first down, so it's going to set up another fourth for Lorena. It's going to be this time, it's like about a 4th and 3.
Yeah, do they run it up the middle again? That's what they've done on the last few.
Had success.
4th and shorts, 3rd and shorts. They're certainly not going to punt in this situation, being down 28-0.
I think they're probably going to move the pocket again, get Blanchard on the roll, and just throw one of those little quick outs like they do.
I'm anxious to see if they're going to try to run the quarterback here.
Well, they have to spread out, and it is a quarterback keep. Blanchard going to his right, puts his shoulder down, and he looks like he's going to have just enough for the first down. They had all the receivers to the left, and Blanchard rolled to his right on the quarterback keep, and he is going to pick up the first down. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for Lorena, and they're going to set up shop in La Vega territory at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, the last few plays when they had 2 or a yard to go, they ran straight up the middle. I think La Vega was probably set up for that this time, and they decided to go around the end with the quarterback. I think that was a good choice by Coach Johnson.
So they come out to the line of scrimmage. They have 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. De Leon is in front of Blanchett, and they're going to fake the jet sweep. Blanchett is going to try to get a pass out to the flats there. That's going to be caught. No, now they're saying incomplete. They're saying incomplete pass there. That was another low throw by Blanchett.
Looks like that was a zone read with a pass option. Mm-hmm. They had a guy going deep down here running down the sideline as well. He elected for the short pass going to your left. Short pass to your right. He was open. It just wasn't a really good pass. To be honest with you, that ball wasn't catchable.
Yeah, it was just way too low. So setting up 2nd and 10 here, they have trips to the left side in a bunch formation. They're going to fake the handoff. Blanchett's going to look deep. He has a man in the middle of the field, but he overthrows him, and he was well covered.
He was well covered, but it looked like both the wide receiver and the safety misplayed the ball.
Yeah,
the ball must be moving out there for both players to misplay the ball in the air. It must be
spinning around there quite a bit. Yeah, that wind is kind of affecting it.
As an old DB at Waco High, that ball can play tricks on you, Kenny said.
It really can. So here we are, 3rd and 10 for Lorena, as they have twins on the left and a receiver on the right. De Leon in the backfield. Blanchett looking for another quick throw. He has his caught at 45-yard line. Forward progress out to the 39, where he stopped by a host of Pirate defenders there.
I thought so.
And that catch was made by Sloan Blackwell for Lorena, and it's just enough for a first down.
Said also, I knew you asked me about the scores at halftime. The Waco High Lions were down by 1 at halftime, man. So they were in the game. So I'm looking forward to the updates at the end of this game between with Roy and Jalen.
So 1st and 10 for Lorena from the La Vega 39-yard line. As a handoff in the middle. De Leon, he's found room, and he crosses to the 30 before he's finally brought down at the 28-yard line And that tackle there made by Warren Richardson Jr. They found a little running room here in the middle.
Yeah. They have.
So coming to the line quickly, they have two receivers on the right, one on the left. DeLeon is behind Blanchett, and they're going to give it to DeLeon. No, they're going to fake it to DeLeon. They're going to try to hit a pass. It was there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dropped.
It was a little low, but if he catches that, he's still running, and the band is up playing right now.
Yeah.
If he holds on to that play right there. Was that number 5?
That was Caleb Carrizales, yeah.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, man, he walks into the end zone, and they're playing the Lorena fight song.
Yeah, not a bad throw from Blanchett. He hit him in stride. He just couldn't.
It was about waist high, which is very much a catchable ball.
Yeah, catchable. So Blanchett's going to keep it here on the next play, trying to turn a corner. Picks up a little bit there. Another ferocious tackle made by Warren Richardson Jr.
Bad intentions.
And it looks like they're going to say he picked up just enough for the first down. Yeah. So it's another Lorena first down. This time the ball is at the 27-yard line. I thought it might have been a yard short, but
La Vega has tended to stiffen up in this area of the field.
That's true. And here's another handoff to DeLeon. He's running across the middle again. Gets across the 25-yard line. They're going to give him to the 23 on that carry. It's going to set up a second and medium here for.
Looks like he picked up about 3 or 4 on that carry. Not as much as he has had in the middle, but it's still a good pickup game.
Yeah.
2nd and 6, the whole playbook is open right now.
That's true.
We'll come back to that pass play that was wide open.
I think so, because that was there. That was totally there. So they come to the line. Blanchett is going to give it to DeLeon, makes a cut, and falls across the 20-yard line where he's tackled by Jeremiah
Looks
Jones.
like that's close to a first down there.
That's going to be close there. He made a nice little cut there on the left side to get back to the middle of the field and was able to pick up some extra yardage there.
I can't tell from my angle. It could be a 2 or maybe even a 1 yard.
Yeah, it's like a 3rd and a long 1 here.
Okay.
With 3:20
it says,
and
scoreboard says 2, so we're going to go with the scoreboard, 3rd and 2.
High snap, Blanchett fields it, gets to DeLeon. Now he's trying to turn the corner to the left. He's being shadowed. He cuts back to the middle, picks up the first down before the tackle is made by Amir Gibson and Antoine Good in the Vega secondary. And that's going to move the sticks there for Lorena.
Hey, man, that's just good hard running. He ran up the middle. There was absolutely nothing there. Bounced it outside. Number 7 from La Vega.
Devontae Thomas.
Was tracking him down. He was able to get outside of him, make a move inside, and pick up some good yardage. Set up first. First and, it's probably right outside the 10-yard line.
I would say 1st and 10 at the 11, right outside the 10. Then they're going to give it to DeLeon. He's running to his left. He turns the corner.
I think that was Carvallis, number 5, the wide receiver, on kind of like an end around.
That was the end around to Carrizales. Okay.
Carrizales, yes.
He's down to the 5-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line.
Absolutely. I see those Vega players with their hands on their hips right now.
Yeah,
this
has been a long drive, and now we see they come in with the jumbo package there for the Vega, number 66, Jaquavian Johnson, and 72, Ethan Thompson, coming in to play defensive tackle here in his goal line situation.
I think that pretty sums up that up the middle play this time. They may choose to do something else.
Well, let's see. They give it to him up the middle. Now
and he bounces outside. He walks out of a tackle, and he's in for a touchdown. Yeah.
Lorena's finally on the board. Yeah, and really, really good piece of running by DeLeon on this drive.
He just didn't. It wasn't there up the middle. But he saw it really early. He was able to bounce outside. And once he bounced outside, it was just good, tough, hard run. He kept driving his feet till he got across the line and across the end zone. It was a great run.
So now my question is, are we thinking onside kick now with 1:59 left in the third quarter?
I mean, you have to do something. Looks like another bobble snap.
But they were able to get the ball down and kick the extra point. So with 1:59 left to play, the score is La Vega 28, Lorena 7. This is La Vega High School Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Hey, we're going to stay here for a minute, Sid, and we'll give anybody an opportunity who would like to support La Vega Pirate football here on 94.5. Again, as Roy said at halftime, and I said earlier in the first half, we have not heard sponsorship for the playoff run. If you, as a fan, appreciate what we do as a broadcast, and, there's a lot of people that are able to come here in town and follow them, but the people out of town won't be able to follow them, and listen to them on the radio is a way that a lot of fans listen to the broadcast. And we want to be able to provide that to our listeners, our followers. And so if you want to support the La Vega broadcast on 94.5, you can give any donation you like to give. You can Cash App $254 Media. That's $254 Media Group. $254 Media Group. And looks like they're in the same formation they were in
to start the game.
To start the game.
They faked the onside.
Yeah, but they went ahead and spread it out. But I think they're going to do that pooch kick again.
I think this is going to be a real onside attempt here. And La Vega is up, and they're ready for it. And here's the kick, and it is an onside. It takes a nice hop, and it's fielded.
Oh, that was a great play. He went up and high-pointed that ball after the kick got a perfect bounce right at the right time.
Yeah, that was Gigante Thomas. If he had not made that leap because of the high hop that ball
the
took,
Lorena players would have had a chance to get a recovery right there at about right around the 50. But a disaster was avoided, and La Vega has the ball first and 10 just inside the 45-yard line.
So they come back with their offensive starters on the field still, especially after the Lorena score. You want to secure the W first of all. So they come back with the starters. They have receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the left. Then they have Thornton down at the bottom by himself. They're going to hand it off to Roland going to the left. He's just barely crosses the line of scrimmage before the tackle is made there. Not a whole lot.
I've been watching the
there.
interior defense of Lorena. They are focused, laser focused on Bryson Rowland. That's probably why there's been a lot of space to pass the ball in the passing game. And also why there hasn't been much of a rush as well, because they are really tracking Bryson Rowland.
So on this second down play, Rowland is in the backfield with Parr. It's going to be a pass. Parr
29970.
Thornton makes the transition from a catcher to a runner almost seamlessly. He catches with his hands, and as soon as he gets his hands, he secures it, and he's a runner looking to go the distance just like he did earlier.
Absolutely. So on 1st and 10, Parr with a quick hitter is out to James the Great. He's trying to find a little room on the outside. That was just a little hitch pass there. Not a whole lot of gain on that play.
Tonight, Jabari Thornton has pretty much had his way with the secondary of Lorena. And I think it's a brilliant adjustment by the La Vega offense to go ahead and take the passing game, because that's what they're giving them. Yeah. They're singling up on Jabari Thornton just like they are right now. He's singled up over there.
So and on the second down play, Parr looking downfield. That pass is caught by Jamarcus Daniel, and he's going to be inside the 1-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 1-yard line. It just went out of bounds there. And so they are going to run this next play from the red zone, sponsored by Prosperity Tax Service.
Yes, this is a red zone opportunity sponsored by Prosperity Tax Service.
Coming out of a Lighthouse Media first down.
Absolutely.
First and goal here for La Vega. And they're going to hand it off to Roland in the middle. He bounces off one tackler, and did he get across? And
yes,
they're going to say he got across.
Yes, he did.
So that's going to be another touchdown for Bryson Roland.
I think he was being brought down short of the goal line, but he was able to reach his
out.
right hand across the line of scrimmage with the ball in it, and that's a touchdown. Now, Bryson Roland hadn't racked up a lot of yards tonight, but he has 3 touchdowns. He's done all the heavy lifting, as you can say.
So here's Escada for the extra here, and his kick is up, and it is good. And so with 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter, the score is La Vega 35, Lorena 7. You are listening to the Vega Pirate Football here on 94.5 FM radio.
Culinary Flair, voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Are you hungry for the best fried chicken in town? Check out Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken at 3401 Bellmead Drive. Whether it's their mouth-watering chicken tenders, scintillating catfish, or that fried chicken that make you want to holler, Jim's Crispy Fried Chicken has been doing it for over 4 decades at 3401 Bellmead Drive. And if it's your family you're trying to feed, Jim's Crispy Chicken has you covered. Whether it's the 20-piece tenders or the 10-piece mixed chicken, Jim's Crispy Chicken has the answer for your crew. Did I mention the sides? Whether it's French fries, mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, potato salad, green beans, or
for the kickoff, and it's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line. He's out to the 20, to the 25, makes a move to 30, still on his feet across the 35 before he's finally brought down. Tackle there made by number 8, Johnny Hammond for La Vega. And Lorena has 8 seconds left in this quarter, and then one other quarter to try to make up 4 scores. That's going to be tough to do.
Well, this is this may be their last play with the win all game. I'm pretty sure this is a pass play.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
We're going to find out here as
I'm doing my Tony Romo impression of trying to predict plays here.
You're doing a good job. Good job. So Lorena comes to the line. They have 2 receivers to the right. They're going to bring a man in motion. Receiver to the left.
I was right.
Yeah, Blanchett rolls to his right, trying to find a man. Fading, and he's going to throw that one out of bounds.
Looks like Coach Hyde knew they were going to try to pass as well.
Yeah, that was very well defended. And so at the end of the third quarter, the score is La Vega 35, Lorena 7. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You are listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
We are here at the start of the fourth quarter with La Vega all over the arena right now, 35-7. The arena facing a 2nd and 10. Blanchett is in the shotgun. He fakes the handoff, has a man across the middle.
Oh!
That pass was almost picked off. Elbert Jones had his hands on that one. I thought it was going to pick 6 in the making.
Yeah,
there.
well, Elbert Jones on a player in the third quarter, he didn't see the ball coming right at him. That time he saw it, and he dropped it. Said,
and
you know, as an old defensive player, man, you know how hard it is to get your name in the paper as a defensive player.
Yeah. And then
when you drop that, man, you don't get your name in the paper.
And the one thing I can tell you about playing DB, you'd be surprised most of the time when the ball hits you in the hands like that, you just can't hold on to it. And I can't explain, but it happens all the time. It really does.
Yeah,
it really does.
on all levels.
On all levels, absolutely. So here we are on this 3rd and 10 play. Blanchett
look like there's a blitz going on here.
Yeah, he's able to step up in the pocket, gets the pass off. It's caught by Carrizales. He's at the 30-yard line, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's knocked out inside the 5-yard line That was a nice little crossing route there by Carazales.
Oh yeah, man!
But the big play was the quarterback stepping up in that pocket.
He's stepping up. He had chaos going all around him. He hung in the pocket and was able to deliver a strike. He had chaos going all around him. He hung in the pocket and was able to deliver a strike to Carazales. Carazales, once he caught the ball, he got busy. He got busy and almost scored. Got it down to about the 2-yard line. It looks like La Vega don't have to call a timeout because they're having substitution situation.
They get off the field enough, and then quarterback's going to keep it and go up the middle, and he falls across the goal line. That is a Lorena touchdown. So the Leopards strike back. With 11:37 left, it's still a lot of hills.
Lot of foot. Well, it's a tall hill to climb, but it just got shorter. You know, with 11:37 left to go in the game, you kick an extra point here to put the game at, put yourself 21 points behind. I've seen there's still an opportunity here. You still have life if you're a Lorena Leopard. You can't quite get in your car and go home right now. You got to stick around.
So with 11:37, the extra point was good, and the score is La Vega 35, Lorena 14. We talked at the beginning of the game, Rocky, about how important this game was for Lorena, and I think we're going to definitely see another onside kick right here because you don't want La Vega to be able to run that clock down on you. So you have to at least try to get the ball back, right?
Yeah, you're gonna. I mean, the 2 onside kicks that they did attempt to execute. They were done to perfection almost. They just weren't able to get their hands on the football. One kind of squirted out of bounds. The other one,
Gigote Thomas with the
he showed those ups and went up and got the football once it took that big hop. Who guarantees who may get it this time? But I would make La Vega cover, make another play on the ball. If I was them.
Yeah, because like you say, the actual kick, the last one, it was done to perfection.
Absolutely.
So the Vega return team, they are waiting for the onside kick. Everybody is up, with the exception of Bryson Rowland, who's standing at his own 20-yard line.
See, I wonder if they have one where they just drop it right over the head of the front line. Let's see what happens there. But they're lining up, Sid.
Yeah, because you have 10 La Vega Pirates standing between the 50 and the 40. So there's a room from the 40 to the 20 where Bryson Rowland is standing where they can maybe drop in or something.
And that's exactly what they do.
Try to do that, but it's going to be fielded by Amir Gibson, and he's going to return it a little bit, and he gets across the 35-yard line, and La Vega's going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 37.
That's Amir Gibson. We played with his dad in high school, Councilman Travis Gibson, and my co-host on If We Only Knew. So shout out to the Gibson family, and Amir made a great play on that ball.
Absolutely.
There was no question. He didn't bobble it. He caught it in the air, and he was ready to do something with it.
So the Pirates are going to bring out Javen Hernandez at quarterback, and Raekwon Kennedy is in the backfield along with Johnny Hammond, number 8. And they're going to be flanking Hernandez in the shotgun formation as they have 2 receivers to the left. Here's a snap to Hernandez. He gives it to Hammond. Hammond trying to get some room to the left. I saw a little face mask there, and here comes the flag there. I think it's going to be a face mask on the ring.
He got holding, it looks like.
Let's see what the call is here.
Oh no, you're right, Sid. He was holding his hands in front of him as doing the holding sign, but I guess it was face mask.
And once again, the official makes the call facing the home team, so he has his back to us when we make those calls. So they're going to mark off the personal foul, and that's going to put the ball in Lorena territory at the 48-yard line.
The La Vega crowd is pretty good. What's surprising me is the Lorena crowd. I would expect more support here tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of sparse over there, really. And so Hernandez fakes the handoff, looking downfield for a man. He had a guy open, That was number 9, Dalen Pullen, who had pulled free from his man, but the pass was overthrown, so it's going to be an incomplete. That's going to set up.
Hey, Hernandez was able. He has a gun too.
Yeah, that was a very nice throw.
Yeah, he was able to. Now he wasn't against the wind, but it was a dart, and it looked like it had a chance to, but it was overthrown as well.
So 2nd and 10 now, and the Pirates come to the line. Twin receivers to the left, single receiver on the right.
I'm sure Raekwon Kennedy wants to get his hand on the football again.
And he does. And nope, they faked Kennedy, and they keep it by Hernandez. Strong run across the 45-yard line, and they're going to spot him at the 43, and that was going to be a pickup of 5 yards on the option keeper by Javian Hernandez.
Yeah, I think he's had one run tonight, and he's gotten busy.
And it was a big one.
Yeah, it was a big one. Yeah. It's funny they've been passing the ball quite a bit, but most of their scores tonight, 4 out of 5 of their scores have been on the ground.
So here we are on 3rd and 5. Hernandez looking to pass. A quick hit to Marcus Jackson in the flat. He's tackled immediately, and there's going to be a no gain on that play. So we bring up 4th and 5.
Certainly you don't risk it here, La Vega. You go ahead and punt it away with the win and make Lorena go the distance against the win, right?
I would think so, but
they just did it.
Yeah, but I don't see the punter coming onto the field. They're gonna run the play here. With a 4th and 5 from Lorena's 43-yard line. They come out with a 3-receiver set, 2 on the left. They're gonna send Jackson in motion to his left. Hernandez, there's gonna be motion, and there are flags all over the place. Yeah. You saw the motion. Now the question is it on the Vega or is it on the Lorena?
I think the way the play unfolded, it has to be on the defense.
Nope.
Because I didn't see any of the La Vega players move though.
Yeah, I saw it was a lot of movement there. That's why I wasn't sure, who did it first. But they're going to call the Vega for the false start.
Coach Hyde saw it like I saw it. You see, he's really getting after the head linesman over there.
Yeah, he's not happy over there right now. And he calls a timeout.
Yeah. Coach Hyde is really getting after. Doesn't look like he's wishing him a Merry Christmas or a Happy Thanksgiving. He's letting him know that he's taking him off his Christmas list, and he won't be receiving any presents for Christmas for sure.
And the thing about it,
and he's calling timeout to get.
He called this timeout just so he can talk to the officials. Yeah, like you say, he didn't even go to the team. He went right to the officials, and he's still giving them a piece of his mind.
Yeah, he's let the head linesman have it, the umpire, and now it's the referee. They all got some. I mean, said there was so much movement by the defense. It was literally the entire defense that moved at the same time while the offense stayed in their stance. I saw it unless there was a snap infraction.
I think what I saw the offensive line reacting to the defensive movement, and that's why there was movement on both sides before the ball was snapped. And you might ask yourself, you're up 35-14 with 9:32 left to play. Why be so upset about a call like this if you're Coach Hyde?
And I think he's a coach. This is what he talks about, in his in his interview. Coach Hyde is a guy, I think he's looking for close to perfection.
That's right.
And he's going to coach hard the entire time.
Absolutely.
But I still don't see the punter, Sid.
No, there's no punter on the field. So they're going to run this
it's
play.
4th and 10.
Yeah, they're going to run this play 4th and 10. They're going to send Jackson in motion to his right. It's going to be Hernandez in the backfield with Kennedy. Hernandez rolls to his right, looking to throw, has a man down there. It is Jabari Thornton. Catches the ball at the 35, makes a move out across the 30. That's going to be
light work for the La Vega Pirates. So that was 4th and 10 from midfield just about. And they drop back and zip it to Thornton. Man, they're giving Thornton a lot of room out there. And that was a great pass by Hernandez. He was able to put it on him just as he was coming out of his break. And again, Jabari Thornton transfers from a catcher to a runner, and he's lightning quick.
So that's another Lighthouse Media first down. lighthouse screening for the Vega Pirates, and then they're going to fake it to Kennedy, and Nandy's going to keep it, makes a move. He's across to the 20, and he's brought down at the 17-yard line. And the one thing that we talked about on Centex Primetime with Jalen Gillis yesterday, when we talked about the Vega football, is the one thing that Courtney Paul doesn't do well, Javen and Hernandez excels at, and that's the run-pass option.
And as the Pirates move inside the 20, this is a Prosperity Tax Service scoring opportunity.
1st and 10 for La Vega. And it's Hernandez in the backfield, and I think that's going to be Hammond right there next to him. And he gives off to Hammond. Hammond comes to the right side, finds a little room over there before he stacked up everyone on the near far. Little extra.
Oh man, he's tackled all the way on the track. That has to be a penalty of some sort.
I don't see a flag. Where's the flag? Wow, no call. They literally carried the guy all the way to the track, Rocky.
Yeah, and it looks like the Vega players are really appreciating the welcome they're getting from the Lorena fans. They're waving at them and giving them, greetings.
So it's going to be 2nd and 2 for La Vega. They send Jackson in motion, and they're going to give it to. They're going to give it to, give it to Hammond again, and he's trying to find some room on the right side. I don't know if he picked up anything. No, that's going to be a runner. No, he did get it. It's going to be 1st and goal, so that's going to be another lighthouse screening 1st down for La Vega as they get ready to run a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
La Vega has been deadly in the red zone tonight.
Pretty much.
They've been able to operate flawlessly after whether they've driven the ball down in there or whether they've gotten a turnover deep in leopard territory.
So here's Hernandez again under center. Now Kennedy's in at the back. Hernandez is going to throw a pass, and that pass sails over the head of number 14, James the Great.
Yeah, I don't think we have a receiver tall enough to catch that one. That was a little too much on that one.
That was a lot of air up under that one. So we're going to be 2nd and goal here from the 7-yard line for La Vega.
I know Kennedy's looking for that second carry because, again, he scored on his first one. And let's see if he can. You think they'll give it to him this time?
He's the only back in the backfield this time, so he's got a 50-50 shot at this one. Hernandez might just pull it out of his belly and keep it again, but let's see what the play is here. As they go to the line of scrimmage, Jackson in motion, gets set, and they're going to actually give it to Kennedy. He goes up the middle, has a little room there, and he's knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Looks like he's inside the extra point try.
Yeah, he had
so he has to be.
He hit that hole with a burst. I thought his momentum was going to carry.
Oh yeah, it looks like he was going to. Hey, I thought he was going to get in there.
So 3rd down here.
They subs Kennedy out and put number 3 in.
Yeah, they take Kennedy and they Elbert Jones in there. He's the big back, and he goes straight ahead, and he falls into the end zone. And that's going to be touchdown, La Vega.
And La Vega cashes in on that Prosperity Tax Service red zone opportunity, where you can cash in at Prosperity Tax Service. Tax season will be here before you know it,
You're right. You're sure right. Might as well go ahead and make plans for that.
Yep.
So, the extra point attempt is underway. Kick is up, and it is good. No, he missed that one. That's no good. No good. And that's not Giovanni Escada. That's the backup kicker. The kid they brought up from sub-varsity. He did not make the roster that I have up here, but he missed the extra point. And so with 7:07 left to play in the game, the score is La Vega 41, Lorena 14. This is La Vega Pirate Football, 94.5 FM.
Hey guys, it's Rocky and Keisha, and at Prosperity Tax Service, we're all about convenience. We get it. Life is busy. Your time is valuable. That's why we streamlined the entire process to be as hassle-free as possible.
No more sifting through piles of paperwork or spending hours at an office. With Prosperity Tax Service, you can handle your taxes from the comfort of your own home.
Your financial data is in safe hands with us through our secure and user-friendly customer portal at prosperitytax.com. It's your one-stop shop for all things tax-related. Log in anytime, from anywhere, whether it's from your couch or on the go.
We are experienced tax professionals well-versed in handling a variety of tax situations. Receive genuine assistance and competitive pricing from real tax professionals who've seen it all.
We're marking 2 decades as a community-based enterprise here in Waco, Texas. So call us at 254-235-5662 or log on to www.prosperitytax.com. Thanks, guys.
So after the short touchdown run by Elbert Jones, the Vega kicks off to Lorena.
Out of bounds, looks like.
Yeah, he was out of bounds, and so Lorena's going to have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line with 7:07 left in the game. And at this point, Rock, I'm not sure Lorena has enough time to come back and make this a better.
No, yeah, there's not enough time, but you play to the end, Sid, and with down 27 now, you still continue to work. Their playoff hopes are fading away, and they start to get ready for basketball season. And as I say that, the sophomore quarterback throws a strike.
Yeah, I mean, he was Eli Lewis.
I mean, it was on a rope.
Yeah, Eli Lewis was all over him. He took the hit and was managed to deliver a strike, and now they have the ball at midfield. I've been really impressed with the play of this sophomore quarterback here, Lorena. The future is bright for the Leopards, right?
Absolutely.
So 1st and 10, Blanchett back to pass, standing up tall in the pocket, still has time, now looks downfield, looking for a man. He makes an adjustment on the ball, makes a catch. Great adjustment. He was double covered out there. That was a great play on the ball there.
Was that number 8, Carson Miller?
Yes, it was. And he had 2 Pirate defenders. One of them was Caden Rowland, and he just kind of stopped and jumped up and made an adjustment, great adjustment on the ball to catch the ball in traffic like that.
Well, the main contributors on this team, as I look over their roster, they're just about all sophomores and juniors.
Well, we heard Coach Johnson in the pregame say that the seniors that they have don't have a lot of experience, so they've had to play a lot of young kids this year. So now 1st and 10 from the 20. Blanchett looking to pass, has time. Now being chased by Lewis. He's directing traffic, throws the ball across his body. I'm talking about the heavy traffic, and it was 2 Pirate defenders that had their hands on that one.
Well, yeah, he definitely looked like a sophomore quarterback on that one, to be rolling right and throwing back across his body. He had absolutely no chance of he had a better chance of that getting picked off than it did completing it to a wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. You had Antoine.
On a play like that on 1st down, you just throw the ball away and line it up again like you're doing here. Right. You don't put the ball in jeopardy. That's something I'm sure Coach Johnson's going to talk over with him.
Yeah, and Antoine Good had a chance to make the play on that one. And now on 2nd down, another incomplete pass.
And I think Elbert Jones had his hands on another ball.
He better leave Elbert Jones alone, because he give Elbert Jones one more chance at this thing. I think he's going to come up with that turnover. That's twice now he's had his hands on the ball.
Hey, Elbert Jones, he needs to get some of that old stuff they used to have called Stickum. Yeah. See if they got any of that over there on the sideline if he goes and asks Coach Hyde for some Stickum. Because he's got his hand on some footballs tonight.
He really has.
Just hadn't been able to hold on to him.
So 3rd and 10 here for Lorena from the Vega 20. The hand off De Leon, he makes a man miss.
Hey, there was a defensive lineman in the backfield, and he was like a blind dog in a meat house. He didn't know where the football was. He ended up running right by the running back.
That was a nice little move by De Leon, but I
don't even think the defensive lineman saw him, man.
It's only going to be for a short gain of 1.
De Leon is one tough guy. What did Coach Tusa used to say? He's tougher than a $2 steak. He's a really tough guy, man. He's really, and as a junior, he has a promising
future as well. Yeah. So the screenplay to De Leon, he makes a man miss. He's out to the 10-yard line, stacked up at the 5, where he's brought down. That was running the play down from behind. That was number 50, A.J. Turner for the Vega tackle.
And that'll make your first down for first and goal, I believe, for the Lorena Leopards. They haven't had much problems moving the football in the second half.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
Now, these are backups for
some
backups for the Vega Pirates.
That is true.
But the overall execution has been better in the second half for Lorena.
So here's another play-action pass, and it's going to be caught in the end zone by Caleb Carrizales. And that's a touchdown for Lorena. Blanchett to Carrizales. And once again,
Oh yeah. When you look at the quarterback, what's the quarterback's name again? Blanchett.
Yeah, Jackson Blanchett.
When you look at his size and his ability to throw that football, in a couple of years somebody may be coming to look for him.
Oh yeah.
Because he definitely looks the part. You're talking about a kid around 6'1", 6'2", with a big arm, got a really good frame. He probably weighs maybe 175, 180 now. When they come back for him in 2 years, he could be up well over 200 pounds and may even be taller.
Yeah, he could be 6'4", 210.
Yeah. Good looking kid that Blanchard is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Been very impressed, even though the score is out of hand here. Been very impressed with the play by Jackson Blanchard and the tough little running back, Brady Daly. I'm sorry, his name is Brody Daly.
Brody Daly. His dad will forgive you, but his mama won't.
Yeah, mom will. She never will. Right, moms don't like that when you mess the baby's names up like that. So I'm sure we'll see another onside kick here by Lorena with 4:52 left to go in the game, trailing by 20 points, 41-21 to La Vega.
Now, this I think at this point, La Vega, if they recover the ball, they get into their 4-minute offense, and do they try to run the timeout here?
I think they do. There's no need to put the ball in the air. I don't know. So here's the onside attempt, and they try to drop it over the hand again. Oh, this time the Vega touched the ball, but they're unable to catch it cleanly. There was a collision. Bryson Rowland came up to catch the ball, and he collided with his teammate, James the Great. Fortunately, the ball went out of bounds, and so the Vega's still going to retain possession. That was almost a turnover there.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the rule is. I haven't returned many kicks in my lifetime, but I think if the guy from behind you calls ball, as the guy backing up, you have to let up. You have to let him catch it. I don't think you want the guy backing up catching the ball if the guy coming forward has a good shot at it. So unfortunately,
that's what caused the collision.
But again, they avoided disaster again. Now, if you're a playoff team, do you try the onside kick, seeing what you've seen today, where they're not completely comfortable with how they're going to play it, and La Vega drops back to pass again?
Yeah, and Hernandez is sacked. And that's going to be a huge loss. That's going to take them from their own 40-yard line and push them back all the way to their own 26-yard line. Yeah, I'm not really sure why the pass attempt at this point. But the good thing about the sack is the clock continues to roll at 4:20 and counting. So on this second down and super long, they're going to drop back the pass. Hernandez set the screen up to Bryson Rowland. Rowland catches the ball clean. He's at the 30, and he goes down at the 32-yard line. Looked like he upended Big Jaquavian Johnson there as he fell at his ankle there.
I was just going to say this when I recognized that Bryson Rowland was in the game. I was going to say the one guy that wouldn't be in the game right now
is Bryson rolling, and he's down right now on the field. Clock stops at 4 minutes to play, and this might be more serious than it looks here. No,
Hopefully, it looks like he's going to pop up.
Here he is.
Looks like he may have turned the ankle or something like that. But I think that's his last play of the game. I think Coach Hyde went out and looked at him, said a prayer over him, and he's trying to go back in the game. And I think he's done for the night.
If I'm Coach Hyde, I'm like, hey, don't just give me your helmet, give me your helmet and your pads. You ain't gonna sneak back in the game.
Yeah, seeing him down on the turf, I'm sure it took some of the breath away from the fans.
But very good to see
here
him
here at Lorena ISD Stadium.
Walk off the field under his own power, so he looks like he's gonna be fine. So now here we are with the third and long play. Hernandez rolling to his right, looking downfield. He has number 17. That's caught by Jamarcus Daniel, and he gets out to the 50-yard line, and that's going to be
Looks like he may have had the first down and kind of backtracked just a little. Is it first or what is it? Oh, yeah, it's first down.
First down. So that's going to be another
lighthouse streaming. First down.
For La Vega. At their own 49-yard line.
Do you put it in the air again, Sid?
I guess so. I mean, they've done it 3 times in a row now, so. Here we go with Hernandez in the shotgun now. He's going to hand it off. That's going to be Raekwon Kennedy. He's going to be wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Vega.
This may be some of the backup offensive line. I don't see – well, I do see 66 in there, though. So, and I also see 72. So it's some of the backups and some of the starters, I guess.
Yeah, La Vega doesn't really have a full second team unit. They just kind of spot sub people in. That's what happens when you don't have the numbers like a bigger school would have. So now here's Hernandez on the keeper, turns the corner.
Yeah, and Hernandez got busy on that.
Yeah, I mean, it was straight keeper, and he turned the jet zone, rounded that corner, and he's going to move the sticks. It's going to be another lighthouse screening. First down for the Vega.
I think La Vega's situation at quarterback is really good. They have 2 guys who can really.
There's a flag on the play. I was wondering why they weren't moving. There's a flag on the far side over there. I couldn't see it because the players were in the way. Let's see what the call is.
Whatever it is, La Vega's backing up.
Yeah, they're backing up. Yeah, I couldn't see what the official signaled. Once again, he has his back turned to us. But it's going to back him up. It had to be a hole somewhere on that play.
Yeah, I mean, it was wide open,
yeah.
and he,
So it takes it back to the La Vega 48-yard line, and then Vega comes out with 3 receivers in the set, Jackson at the wing, and now Hernandez rolls to his left, looking downfield, trying to find Thornton in the flats over there, and he just overthrew that pass, incomplete.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I don't necessarily understand running pass plays up 20 with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the game. They're probably, you're probably working on something with your backup quarterback. But there was a time in football where passing the ball up 20 was considered disrespectful. And running the score up. I think we're past that now because teams pass so much. The passing game is such a big part of football now. So it's funny to see, for me as an old school guy, to see him still trying to pass at this point in the game.
Yeah, I agree. I'm every bit as old school as you are. And especially in a game like this with the playoffs coming up, I would just want to limit the number of snaps that my kids are getting contact on, because I want everybody to be healthy next week when we go into this by district game.
Absolutely. And as we take a time out here, I want to encourage everyone if you want to support the La Vega broadcast on 94.5, as we stated earlier, we haven't secured any sponsorship for the playoff run. We're desperately trying to do so. So if you own a company or a business, or you're employee of a business, you can reach out to Roy Roy at 254mediagroup.com. That's Roy, R-O-Y, at 254mediagroup.com. And you can also, as an individual, you can also donate to $254 Media Group via Cash App. That's $254 Media Group on Cash App.
3rd and 10 for La Vega here as they give the ball. Kennedy bursting through the hole there on the right side, and he's going to be close to a first down here. Let's see where they spot the ball, and it's going to be 4th and 2 for La Vega.
You know, I like to see sportsmanship on that play. It looked like the hit was borderline late on number 8, but number 32 of Lorena reached down to pick him up, and I think even apologized for hitting him kind of late.
And they give the ball to him, and he's hitting the backfield, but he breaks that tackle, bounces it out to the right side, and he's going to have enough for a first down. This is going to be another lighthouse streaming first down for La Vega. Nice run there by Johnny Hammond.
So with under 2 minutes, are they going to kneel at this point?
With 1:43 left to go in the game, because he did step out of bounds to stop the clock. I don't think so. I think they maybe run one more play.
I think they got to start kneeling the ball at some point.
Yeah, I think they run one more play here, and then they start taking the victory formation, because Lorena has 3 timeouts, and they can stretch this thing out if they really wanted to. No reason why they would, but I mean they could.
And that is the victory formation, Sid.
You're right. Let's see if Lorena, just because they can, call a timeout. No, they're ready to go like everybody else. So as the clock is ticking here with 1:23 and running, La Vega is going to go a perfect 5-0 in district play this year as they get ready to go to the UIL by district playoff round. Second down and another victory formation here. They're going to need this thing all the way out, Rock. So just give me your impression on what you saw in tonight's game.
Well, I early in the game I saw La Vega know how to focus in when they really didn't have anything to play for, to be perfectly honest with you. They focused and they ran a 21 night, wanting to bolster their passing game, wanting to put the ball in the air and show and know that they could pass the ball if necessary, and they were able to do that. And I think they came in showing themselves as a complete team at the end of the day, because they were able to run the ball. We know they're able to pass the ball, and they play tremendous defense.
Our player of the game is sponsored by MR Professional Heating and Cooling Services, where you get professional services at affordable prices. And I think tonight's player of the game is going to be Mr. Jabari Thornton.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jabari came in with his hair on fire. He caught the first pass for a short gain and was able to take it to the house down the sideline. And from then on, it was a tremendous effort tonight by Jabari, and he's well deserving to be the player of the game.
So once again, from Leopard Field, the final score tonight, La Vega 41, Lorena 21. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be in the studio with Jalen and Roy, and you have been listening to the Vega Pirate Football 94.5 FM.
Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network,
That's right, sports fans.
We can talk about sports.
and Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
Vega Pirates, as La Vega came out with the win in this game over Lorena. 41-21 was the final score in that game. La Vega, a dominant run through district, undefeated record in district play. Great way for them to close out the season after having such success in district. They close it out with a win in district play against the Lorena Leopards. 41-21 was the final score. Player of the game, and this one was Jabari Thornton. Jabari Thornton was the player of the game in today's game. A great athlete they have, and this La Vega team is good. This La Vega team is good enough to make a run going into these playoffs. I know everybody looked at their record at the beginning of the season and had some things to say and thought, maybe this isn't the team, the La Vega team, some of the La Vega teams we're used to, but this team is just as good as we thought they were going to be coming into the season. They're going to finish the season being ranked in the state in 4A Division II. They're going to finish the season as District 12 champs, and they're going to go into this playoff run looking to really make some noise. This La Vega team is used to shaking things up in the playoffs every year, or most years, especially under Coach Hyde's run, and they're poised to do the exact same here this year. I'm looking forward to being able to see what they'll do, and like you heard Rocky say throughout the stream, we want to be able to cover this La Vega team in playoffs. So make sure you guys donate. We're still looking for sponsorships. You also can donate. The Cash App is $254 Media Group. You can donate money there for us to be able to bring that broadcast to you guys. We've had such a fun time being able to do that this entire year as La Vega closes out their regular season with the win, 41-21 over the Lorena Leopards. Folks, got a few minutes here in the post-game show. Want to get you guys some scores from around the Central Texas area. Lots of good games going on to close out the year in this Central Texas / Greater Waco area. Start right at the Midway Panthers over there in Hewitt, Texas, as they dropped the game to Carpus Cove last night, 35-16. Midway's headed to the playoffs. Midway team's had a few down years. Got a new coach, new regime in there. They've done a great job this year. They dropped their game yesterday, but they're headed to the playoffs and looking to be able to make some noise in the playoffs. They're in the tough division out there in 6A, but I'm looking forward to seeing some good things from Midway in these playoffs. Harker Heights versus Temple. Harker Heights wins that District 12 in 6A division that we were just talking about. They win it against Temple as well, 31-14 as they come out with the win over the Temple Wildcats. Lake Belton beats Killeen Chaparral 48-7. Like I said at halftime, I have to get one of our friends of the show here, Tony Evans, who covers Lake Belton and Belton, to get him on the show so we can talk about this Lake Belton team getting the win over Killeen Chaparral. University in the fourth quarter right now in a battle with Killeen Ellison. It's 28-37. University's got a lead, but that Ellison team is coming storming back. They're making it a game. Waco High versus Bryan Rudder. Bryan Rudder comes out with the W in this one, 45-19 over Waco High. Brenham, who just beat this University team last week, taking on Belton. They come out with the win in that game, 42-24 over the Belton Tigers. Godley taking on Hillsborough. They get a win 23-0 over Hillsborough. Another team in this District 12 4A Division II, Robinson, who was ranked for majority of the year until they lost to your La Vega Pirates. They defeated China Spring tonight 45-28. Robinson's headed to the playoffs. Robinson is a good team. They've got a good quarterback. They've got one of the top running backs in the Central Texas area. That team is going to be dangerous heading into the playoffs. A game that had a turnaround. Conley was up, I want to say 21-0 at halftime. And in the fourth quarter with a minute left, Gatesville has the lead, 35-34. Conley is a really good team. Gatesville is a really good team. Got the opportunity to watch both of these teams play this year. Both of those teams have a chance of making a run in the playoffs. That is a really, really good game going on over there in Lacey Lakeview as Gatesville has come storming back against the Conley Cadets. They're up 35-34 in that game. Whitney gets a win over West 38-0. Shout out Coach Haynes and his staff out there. Whitney doing a great job with that program. Grosbeck trailing against Maypearl 34-6 in the fourth quarter. Mejia gets a win over Grandview 23-16. Dibble and Teague playing right now. That game was delayed for a little while. Teague with a 22-21 lead in the fourth quarter. McGregor and Troy. McGregor right now with the lead over Troy, 30-28. That game, McGregor was in pretty good lead, pretty good shape at halftime. Troy's come storming back in that one. In the third, McGregor up by 2 points. Cameron Yo and Academy. Yeomen get a win 35-31 over Academy. Brady up 20-0 over Clifton in the fourth quarter. Hamilton and De Leon tied right now in the third, 28-28. Axtell and Itasca. Axtell comes out with the win 50-21 over Itasca. Italy and Dawson in a battle right now in the third quarter. Dawson is up 18-14 over Italy. Rio Vista and Valley Mills. Valley Mills with a 33-28 lead over Rio Vista. Rosebud Lott in the fourth trailing against Crawford. Crawford up 28-14. Marlin and Moody. Marlin gets a huge blowout win 62-0 over Moody. Riesel and Bruceville Eddy. Riesel has a lead in the fourth quarter, 36-12 over Bruceville Eddy. Mart and Goldwaith, surprising score there. Goldwaith gets a win, 46-0 over the Mart Panthers. Bremond and Frost. Bremond with the 53-0 lead, a 53-0 win over Frost. Chilton in the fourth quarter up big, 35-14 on Meridian. Wortham and Hubbard. Wortham with the big lead in the second half of that game, 58-0. Live Oak gets the win over Bishop Riker, 60-0. Some of our smaller divisions, Milford and Blum. Milford up 42-21 over Blum. Avalon gets the win over Covington, 68-19. Abbott gets the win over their rival Aquila, 58-8. Coolidge and Penelope. Coolidge up 52-36 at the end of that game. Jonesboro up 36-6 on May. Bluffdale gets the win over Copperell, 48-36. Three-Way gets the win over Morgan, 60-6. Bynum with the narrow victory over Mount Calm, 58-55. Oglesby gets the win over Avant, 64-0. And folks, like I said, lots of good games going on around the Central Texas area, and some of those still going on. A lot of them wrapped up here today. Folks, before we get off this post-game show for your La Vega Pirates, I want to talk a little bit about some of the games we got coming up on the college slate. Locally, we've got Baylor taking on Arkansas in men's basketball. That game is tomorrow. Can't wait to be able to sit down and watch that one. Baylor football is on a bye this week. They'll be back in action against West Virginia next week. But in football, we've got some great games on the college slate tomorrow, starting with your Texas Longhorns playing at 11 o'clock, taking on Florida at UT. So they'll be in Austin. If you see traffic on 35 South, that is why. UGA, the Georgia Bulldogs, sitting number 3 now in the college football playoff rankings for our college football fans. UGA taking on Ole Miss. That should be a great game tomorrow. That is at 2:30. Michigan taking on Indiana. Indiana in the college football playoff rankings. They are ranked number 8, one of the top schools in the nation. They've played great all year long. They're taking on Michigan. Colorado and Texas Tech, one of the games of the weekend. Colorado ranked number 20, taking on Texas Tech. You can listen to that right here on Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas, as we are the flagship station for Texas Tech here in the Central Texas area on the radio. Their radio broadcast will be right here on Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas. They take on Colorado. The Buffaloes coming to Lubbock. That game is at 3 o'clock. Also, the game of the weekend, the game of the night. Alabama taking on the LSU Tigers. Alabama ranked number 11. Just narrowly made it into the college football playoff rankings so far. And this game could be for whoever's going to stay in that rankings. Alabama and LSU. LSU just outside of it, sitting at number 15. That game is at 6:30. That is going to be a great game, and I think probably the game of the weekend. So, folks, we got a lot of good games going on in college football tomorrow. Just wrapped up a lot of good games going on in the Central Texas area here tonight, as your La Vega Pirates come out with the win, 41-21. They win the district title once again, and Coach Hyde has his squad getting ready to make a great playoff run once again. So look out for your La Vega Pirates. You want to help us support this broadcast? The Cash App is $254 Media Group. We're still looking for sponsorship to be able to cover the playoffs as they will start next week. So make sure you guys go over to that Cash App. You can reach out to any one of us here at 94.5 FM. Rocky Miller, who was just on the station. Roy Gillis, who's always on there as well. You reach out to any of us, get in contact of how you can support the broadcast for La Vega Pirate football. We want to thank everybody for listening with us. I am Jalen Gillis here on the post-game show for your La Vega Pirates as La Vega won 41-21. We will see you guys next week. Also, as always, make sure you tune in Mondays through Thursday, Centex Prime Time, hosted by yours truly, Jalen Gillis, 5 to 7 p.m. You can look at it on Facebook, Centex Sports Network, on YouTube, Centex Sports Network, on Roku, Centex Sports TV, and also you can listen on Infinity Sports Radio Central Texas. We'll be back in action on Monday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in with us today. La Vega Pirate football, 41-21 win for the La Vega Pirates. We will see you guys next time. Everybody have a great and safe evening.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas.